We are live. I cannot wait to know all the details, but we have a lot to talk about. So I just said, let's go live, and this will probably be the longest live stream on the channel. So I set it up for 8:30, which is when it is supposed to start. But let's go live. Let's talk about the G5. We have news about Samsung TVs at CES. Oh man, there's some very exciting stuff to talk about, but yeah. How's it going? N0, you scare me. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna go live 8:30, but I'm like, yes, let's talk about it. I'm not sure where to begin actually. I have so many videos pending. I need to do a follow-up with the CRT emulation because I got a game. So the thing with RetroArch is that I don't have games to try, but someone gave me a game, so I'm gonna try it. And people on the comments, they were telling me that games work just fine. How's it going? Can we see the full drip? Yeah, I put my leather jacket. This is my fake leather jacket. Here we go, man. Here we go. Time for an upgrade. Okay. Time for an upgrade. It is not doing it anymore. Okay. This is not doing it anymore. We need something new. So yeah, man, I cannot wait to know. Oh my goodness. Fingers crossed. Okay. But let's learn. At least we're going to learn from the man himself. Probably one of the most brilliant masterminds in the entire world. So let's just grab our life savings. Everything you have, just grab that. Put it close to your chest. And let's learn from the man himself to see what we should do with our lives. Okay. So I mean, I'm so excited to know. So yeah, how's it going? Everything PS5 Pro. Hope all is well with you, Ariel. Yeah, everything is good. Today, a lot of shoveling, man. Oh my goodness. I shoveled the snow like for 3 hours. It was crazy. Worst snow like in 5 years or something like that. It was insane. How's it going? Test tube gamer. Love the butts. Oh my God, it really has the mullet ready. Oh yes. I'm telling you. You think I'm kidding? My life savings close to my chest, I'm telling you. They're going to be right here, okay? And we're gonna watch the conference. It is all in, man. I am all in. I already downgraded my car insurance. So it is just legally allowed to drive. That's it. That's my car insurance right now. I just downgraded everything. It's all on the line. Okay. We need that 50/90. So let's see how it goes. Ariel is a man of his word. Let's go, man. Let's see. I know, I mean, everyone is waiting for it. Even AMD. You see that I'm, waiting like this. AMD is waiting even more because they didn't announce their price, nothing. So I'm sure they are waiting for the pricing to then decide what they're gonna do. It's gonna be crazy. Heisenberg in the house. Yeah, my family has insane snowstorms right here in Sweden right now. Yeah, every year it's getting worse and worse. And also, I'm so excited for CRT BFI. Hopefully, LG adds it via firmware patch this year. Well, let me tell you this, man. This is so unbelievable. If it actually happens, I'm going to be so happy, man, over the moon, because FOMO he's awesome. He supports all the small and big, everyone, all the content creators. He's a great, very, very nice person. And he was, listening to the live stream with Gaming Tech and in layman's terms. And I'm like, okay, FOMO is here and he's in CES. Let me, please ask him, can you, speak with these TV companies to see if they can implement this new CRT simulation breakthrough, which would be absolutely amazing. And he already put in contact the Blurbuster's chief with some of these companies, and he said, well, let's see what happens. He did his part. He has some contacts, some friends, and that is so unbelievable. Just imagine, it could be possible. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, because these companies are all about making money, and giving you something for free is not in their best interest, of course. But just imagine that they could just do a firmware update on your TV and at least replace the 60 BFI implementation that all these TVs have, which is almost unusable. Almost nobody uses that because it flickers a lot. So the advantage with this CRT BFI, this CRT emulation, is that it's going to flicker a lot less, and it's also going to be brighter. So it's a no-brainer. You could literally upgrade the firmware of your TV, and you have something useful. You have a feature that you can actually use to improve motion for 60 FPS gaming. And yes, you're going to lose brightness, but the gamma should be actually very, as close as possible to accurate. It's not like the lazy BFI implementation that we have on these TVs, that you turn it on and then you're crushing blacks and it just looks terrible. This is actually set up so it looks good. And I will follow up the video. I haven't seen it on gaming yet, but I got a game and I'm going to for RetroArch, and I'm gonna try it with it, and I will let you know how that looks. But I'm very excited for it, man. RTX 5090. Don't tell me that, man. Don't tell me that. $2,500. No. Okay. No, please. No, $2,500. No. No. You know what I think? All the rumors and all the pricing and all that is just Nvidia inflating the perception, and then they're going to actually drop the bomb. $1,800. That's still a price increase, and everyone is gonna lose their minds. They're gonna be like, wow, this is an amazing deal, because everyone was expecting a lot more. So then when they announce like $2,000 or something like that, people are gonna go crazy. And I think that's what Nvidia wanted. So I don't think it's gonna be that expensive, man. No, don't tell me that. Okay. So yeah, I don't think so, man. I think it's gonna be $1,799.99. Okay, let's go. And of course, if you get an AMV, if you get an Asus or something like that, yeah, it's gonna be $2,000. Or of course, there's gonna be some of them that is more than $2,000. That's for sure. So James says, I have tried the CRT beam simulator on my 180 hertz LCD. It definitely looks good, but it is a pain to configure. Oh, really? Because yeah, you have to change this, to adjust the settings so you don't see any. Why? Because you see the vertical, like a vertical section of the screen that's going up and down with a different brightness or something like that. Maybe that's what happens. I have to try that. Maybe RetroThink could have a CRT BFI mode since it has HDMI pass-through 1080p max though. So let me tell you, either the existing, I don't have any experience with RetroThink. I've never tried it. I don't know even what that is for or what that is good for or whatever. A lot of people, ask me about it and, hey, you should get one and do a review or something like that. And a lot of people told me that, it has BFI, and I'm like, yes, but I am not interested in that because I knew you cannot get better motion than your maximum refresh rate. And I'm like, I have a C1. That's not gonna be better than the BFI of the C1. But here's the thing. The Blurbuster's chief actually helped the creators of RetroThink to improve the input lag or something like that for something, their BFI or something. I don't remember what I read, but the thing is they are in communication. So I am almost sure that RetroThink is going to have the CRT emulation. Almost sure it's gonna happen because if the chief is already helped them for something else in the past, it's gonna happen. So my prediction is that this is just gonna be everywhere. We're going to have it in special K, lossless scaling, maybe reshade. The challenge with reshade is that the TV has to be at the maximum refresh rate, and then the FPS is at 60, and reshade always goes with the FPS. So there has to be like a disconnection from what reshade does for that to work. And so basically reshade needs, let's say, a change, an upgrade that is more profound. So it might not happen on reshade soon, but this will be. We will have this, everywhere. We're gonna be able to play all the games and even movies and everything. Also, I have to cover plasma emulation. So this breakthrough has been so absolutely amazing that there's so many, ideas and setup, that's possible. There's going to be a plasma emulation too. Once we have 600 hertz displays, you get a plasma. So basically, of course, it's not going to be exactly the same as a plasma TV, but it is going to do the dithering and everything. So that's the latest Blurbusters article. So I might probably do an entire video just breaking down that article, just reading everything and giving you my thoughts on that. So yeah, it's so much to talk about, man. It's just crazy. The news right now is just off the chart. I don't know where to begin, actually. I bet Jensen reveals an ARM base or maybe an x86 CPU during the showcase. Yeah, but I wouldn't. For CPUs, I don't want anything like super new because you never know. AMD right now is the way to go. They're killing it with the X3D CPUs. But yeah, of course it's better when we have Nvidia now with their own CPUs and stuff. That would be great. So yeah, that makes sense. But I would not, of course, for gaming. You wanna play it safe. You don't wanna get something weird. Why I cannot access the service menu on Samsung S9DC? I tried every single combination, but I cannot unlock the advanced settings. So you got into the service menu and you cannot get into the advanced settings. Then are you using the color control app or the service remote? If you're using the service remote, all you have to do is a step on advance and press volume up. Just leave it pressed volume up. And if that doesn't work, then you have to press 0098 if you have a service remote. If you are using the color control app, then once you access the service menu, don't touch anything on the remote, because then it doesn't work. As soon as you access the service menu, just click next on the color control app, and what it does is it types in the code 0098 so you can see the advanced settings. That's how it works. So check out the video where I show how to do it with the color control app. RTX 5080, $1,500. Now that's too much, man. That's not gonna happen. Let me tell you, no way. There's just no way. That's way too much. My prediction, 5080 has to be $1,000. Again, I think Nvidia inflated the perception, so everyone is expecting $1,199.99 for the 5080, and I think they're going to drop the bomb, $999.99, and everyone's gonna go crazy. Now, the MSRP doesn't mean anything. Asus and MSI and all these companies, they can charge whatever they want. So at the end, that's going to be the price for the Nvidia GPU, which you're not going to be able to buy because the demand is so high, especially if the price is good. So we're not going to be able to buy that anyway. Then when you go to buy the real thing, it's like $300 more. So yeah, you might end up, it makes a lot of sense. You might end up paying $1,500 for a 5080, which I would not do. Definitely not. But I don't think that's going to be the MSRP, because then how much is going to be the Asus and the, that's going to be absolutely insane. I mean, $2,000 for a 5080, that doesn't make any sense. But it can happen. It can definitely happen. So I would be more interested in a CPU offering from Nvidia than a flagship GPU. Yeah, but the thing is, you never want to be like a new adopter, because you don't know what the issues are going to be. That's the problem, especially for legacy stuff, for old stuff. It might not work and it might never get fixed. That's the biggest concern. So yeah, I mean, I had an issue recently trying to open Prince of Persia, the Warrior Within. I had an issue. It says that the CPU was not recognized or compatible, and so it was not working. And I had to do like a trick for it to work. So yeah, I would never buy something like so new that I don't know if it's gonna work. From your mouth and ears area. The die is big plus GDDR7. It will be over $2,000. Don't tell me that, bro. Don't tell me it's gonna be more than $2,000. Just way too much. But yeah, I get it. 32 gigabytes of that new expensive VRAM, and I mean, it looks like a monster. The leaked pictures, it just looks like insane, so big, and so much VRM and stuff. It's just crazy. 5090 in Sweden is $3,300. So $1,799 will be hell of cheap. Yeah, but the thing is, we are in America, bro. This is so awesome. It's the best country in the world. But yeah, you're in Sweden, you're still doing great. I come from Cuba. In Cuba, a 5090, if you can even get it, it would be just absurd. That's just for the people that work for the government or something like that could buy that. it would just be absolutely crazy, like 4 or 5 times the price. I mean, I cannot even tell you how much you have to pay for that, because you cannot buy it. You have to wait for someone who smuggled that in to the country, so it will be crazy. I gotta sell my 4090 fast. Well, here's the problem, man. I've been thinking about it, because here's the thing. I was going to give away my 3080 to a friend's kid, but my friend just bought an entire PC. Actually, he got a 4070 Ti, and he didn't tell me anything. I was like, man, he's not like in tune with the news and all the stuff. I was like, man, he should have told me, because I would say, just wait just a month and you get the latest GPUs, you get a better deal, better performance for the money and everything. But he didn't. I'm like, okay, so I don't have that person for the gift. Now the other person I was thinking and gifting the GPU, it was a family member that is small, and he's working hard to buy his first car. So I already gave him some money, some good money. So yeah, that was the gift already. So I don't like to sell, because I sell this GPU and I'm not getting even half of what I pay for it. So I don't like to sell it. But I was thinking, well, what am I going to do with it? It's just going to sit there and do nothing. And I could, of course, get some money back, recuperate some money. And the thing is, if I sell the GPU, if I wait until I get the 5090, if I can, now it depends on the price. Okay, I'm not saying 100% I'm going to get it. I really want it, but the price has to be right. If it is something crazy, yeah, I know I'm not gonna buy it. But the thing is, if I wait until I get the new GPU, then the price is gonna drop. But if I sell it now, then I don't have a gaming PC. And if I cannot even buy the 5090 because it's not available, it doesn't matter if I want to buy it. It might not be available. It might sell out. So then what am I going to do? No YouTube channel. Like, how am I going to even use my PC to make a video? I cannot play games. I cannot do anything because I don't have a backup. So then I realized that I need a backup. So I need to keep my GPU for something like that. I upgrade, then something happens, and I don't have a backup. So, or an issue, like let's say I get a 5090 and it has terrible coil whine or something like that, and I have to replace it, then I have to wait a week or something, and I have no PC. Big problem. So it is always good to have a backup anyway, but that's an expensive backup to have. So don't do it, Ben. Don't give these cretins your money. Yeah, here's the thing. I understand, if you don't buy the expensive GPU, then they have to lower the price. But the thing is, you don't buy it for yourself, someone else is going to do it. And like you alone, you're not going to change the world. Okay. So yeah, sometimes we think that it is going to have an impact, but at the end of the day, this has been my dream forever. I come from Cuba. I never had even a nice PC like I have now. I couldn't even run the games that I wanted to play. So having a high-end PC with with the latest GPU or something like that, it has always been my dream. So I'm not going to say no to my dream just to punish Nvidia. It's $2 trillion company like it, or something crazy like that. I am not going to damage Nvidia's economy or something like that. So it doesn't matter. Like, I am completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter what I do. So I want the GPU, so that's why I'm gonna buy it if I can. I hope they increase the VRAM amount on the 5090. 30 or 32 gigabytes would be nice. Well, it is supposed to have 32 gigabytes. So 3080, 16 gigabytes, 5080, 16 gigabytes, 5090, 32 gigabytes. And that's already like almost confirmed, because there is a picture where you can count the amount of chips for the VRAM, and each of them are 2 gigabytes. So you do the math, and that's 32. So yeah, it's almost for sure. If it's 16, that, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It cannot have less VRAM than the 4090. So it has to be 32. Yeah, huge die. And a fast VRAM for sure makes it more than $2,000. No, bro, don't tell me. Don't tell me it's more than $2,000, man. Come on, let's be a little bit optimistic. I see two horizontal lines with different brightness. What are you talking? Oh, he was talking about the CRT emulation. Well, I'm way late. I am way behind on the comments then. Let me see. Oh yeah, I'm way behind on the comments. Okay, well, I'm gonna read all of them. We're gonna be here until this starts, and then we're gonna check it out. Well, I think you will be happy soon, man. I will be so happy if I can get that 5090, bro. Now, let me tell you this. After I get the 5090, if I see a blurry game, if I am pushing like 60 million pixels and the game looks blurry, you know that's gonna be a rant. Okay, that's going to be a rant. Let me tell you that. So yeah, I want to basically, the reason why I want to have, because this GPU is fine. Like the games that look good, I am happy with them. The games that look sharp and awesome, this is a 3080, 12 gigabytes. I think it's an awesome GPU. The problem is the games, bro. The games are blurry. Like, I beat already Uncharted 4. I was playing Lost Legacy. These games are so blurry. It's just absolutely crazy. So I want to brute force the clarity, basically. So that's the only reason why I want to get that higher end GPU is because of the games. I want to play Black Myth Wukong. It's a mess. The image clarity of the game is a mess. And there are some mods that I share that help a lot. But then the performance is like super, super demanding. So I need that horsepower to brute force everything. So I can play all the games I want and don't suffer the blur. By the way, I was an hour away from getting a Panasonic BX 365-inch, the supposed 120 hertz plasma professional monitor, on sale for 250 euros. Half my beloved VT60 plasma, so I'm not too sad. But imagine, I've never seen anywhere the confirmation for that 120 hertz at 1080p. So you tell me if you get that. I would definitely get a plasma if I know for sure it's 120 hertz. But I don't believe so. I've never seen that confirmed at 1080p. I don't think it's possible. Now there are some plasmas with better motion at 60. In less trailing artifacts, faster gray to gray. But yeah, 120 hertz, 1080p, I think that's a myth, actually, but I'm not sure. Dressing for the occasion. Of course, we're going to listen to the mastermind, okay? So we need to put on the leather jacket. There's no way Nvidia will do that. $1,400. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the 5090. No, I think no. 1400. No, you have to go to a mental institution. 5090 is not gonna be $1,400. Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. $1,000 for 80 class card. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's what's going to be. It makes sense. MSRP $1,000. You cannot actually buy it because it's out of stock, and then AIB partners they actually charge you like $1,200-$1,300. I think that's most likely. Still very, very expensive. And the thing is, what's crazy to me is that the 5090 seems to be the value, which is crazy. I mean, if you do like performance per dollar, the 5090 is a better value, and it shouldn't be. The most expensive GPU should not be the better value. How many rings? Yeah, this is, bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be watching this with my life savings, okay, in hand, close to my chest. Okay, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. So how's it going? Heiken Mods 50 series is just another 20 series, bigger dies, more power. Yeah, probably you can undervolt and all of that, and you still get most of the performance. But yeah, I love it when it is more power hungry. Now here's the thing. I might have to buy a power supply. But I will actually try it with the power supply I have, and I think it's gonna work because my CPU is not power hungry at all. So I think it's gonna work. I have a 750 watts power supply, and I think it's gonna work even when it is not recommended. I mean, worst thing can happen is the computer shuts off because of protection. So I don't think then if that happens, of course, I'll get a power supply. Or if I hear coil whine or something, power supply might be the reason. So let's see. But I don't want to go all in yet. $2,000 plus for the 5090. Don't tell me that, bro. $2,000 plus, no. And we have slower VRAM than the Peasant 5080. A slower VRAM? Why? Because why? Because the 2 gigabytes module is slower? Because I guess the 5080 has the same setup, or maybe with 1, and then the 5090 will be with 2 gigabytes chips. I'm not sure. Barry's gonna have a heart attack with that $2,000 plus, bro. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. We're gonna go crazy here. No, it cannot be more than $2,000. No, that's too much. I think I still have a 2080 Ti from back in the day. Very good bin as well. 400 watts, and it reaches 2050 megahertz on the core under load. 2080 Ti is still a great GPU, especially for 1440p with some upscaling. Should be still good. I'm happy to be here for the grand reveal of neural rendering. Oh, you're going to hear all about it, man. That's how Nvidia is going to force you to buy. Basically, your GPU is trash already. Okay, neural rendering is going to break your GPU. Basically, you need to get that. You see, the thing that I'm more excited about is I want frame generation 3x, 4x. That has to happen. I think it's a no-brainer. It's inevitable. So I almost guarantee that's gonna happen. DLSS 4 frame generation is gonna be, you're gonna have basically an option for super high refresh displays, because we have a lot of those right now. We have those 480 hertz OLEDs already, 360. Now, CES, there's a 520, I think it was. There's 500 hertz, 600 in the horizon, and 1000 is going to be probably next year or something like that. So that has to happen because CPU is the limiting factor. So it doesn't matter if you have the 5090, the CPU it's not going to let you run the game super high. So frame generation 3x, 4x is going to happen. Now, that will be fine. If he announces that, I'll be like, that's fantastic. But I actually hope it goes beyond that. I hope, really what I want is asynchronous reprojection. That would be so awesome. So imagine with asynchronous reprojection, you get perfect, so you get as good as input lag as your display has, basically. So you get the input lag of the maximum refresh rate of your display. And it doesn't matter the frame rate your GPU or your system is actually being able to render, unless it's like less than 30 frames. But if it is, let's say, 60 or 100 or 90, it doesn't matter. If you have a 480 hertz display, you get 480 FPS delivered to your display with no input penalty at all. So you get the responsiveness of 480 frames per second all the time, and you don't even get screen tearing. Actually, asynchronous reprojection can actually fix a stuttering, which is crazy because imagine all these games are stuttering and they are basically broken, like Jedi Survivor, for example. Now with asynchronous reprojection, you don't feel the stuttering. The game is still stuttering, but you don't see it, you don't feel it, nothing. 480 frames per second, perfect fluidity all the time. That would be so insane. So if they have a combination of course, we're gonna hear AI. They're going to AI your money, okay? So if I hear a combination of AI with asynchronous reprojection or frame generation or something like that, so basically AI to reduce the motion, the occlusion artifacts and all of that, that would be so awesome. So that's the thing that I'm more excited about. But neural rendering, definitely, that's gonna happen. They're going to tell you all about it. Yep, stopgap generation, 3080 is worthless. Yeah, this is gonna be a brick. After the conference today, this GPU is probably a brick. Completely obsolete. It doesn't even work anymore. Actually, they're gonna do a driver update and they're going to brick your GPU. I've been looking at an RTX 4000 series and the prices have been climbing again. Yeah, we never know really what's gonna happen with the pricing. It depends a lot on the availability. 5080 is set to launch in January, 21 January. No date for the 5090. What about new Trump taxes? I don't know. I am not into the loop when it comes to the politics and how that affects the pricing and all of that. But I don't think Nvidia cares. They're gonna charge you as much money as possible. They don't care about anything else. You need to buy from a system builder so that you get a chance to get the car without scalper BS. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that because you have to buy a whole PC. I just need the GPU. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like when you don't have availability, then you have to just buy the whole PC, and that sucks, man. I don't like pre-built PCs because you never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes they do tell you, but sometimes you don't know what's the brand of the RAM. You don't know exactly the timing. You don't know anything. It just says like 32 gigabytes of RAM, That's it, or something like very vague. You don't know what power supplies they're going to put in, and most of the time they just put the cheapest, crappiest power supply and motherboard. So yeah, I would never buy like a pre-built PC. And also the most of the enjoyment and the excitement of buying a PC is like, putting it together yourself. I mean, if I don't do that, it's like, yeah, I don't, yeah, it's not for me. That's why you're with a 3080. Only the 90s will keep the value. I always upgrade with every gen with a small amount of money. Yeah, the thing is, I don't like to sell what I have, man. I sold my 3080 yesterday. I have integrated graphics on my CPU. It will be fine for a month until I get the 50 series. How much did you get for it? 3080. Right now, it should be like, I don't know, $500 or something like that in the used market. What do you think DLSS 4 is going to add? Better frame generation, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, basically. 3x, 4x frame generation, hopefully asynchronous reprojection. And yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I will be upgrading to a CRT. So even with lower res, I will be able to play with decent motion clarity, as I'm not able to buy a new and better GPU than my RTX, than my RX 580. Well, that's definitely an option. I could keep my 3080 for like 5 more years if I just play with a plasma. This 3080 can run even ray tracing with my plasma TV. No problem. And it looks awesome. When I move the camera, it looks very nice. And I can actually, for most games without ray tracing, I can actually use Nvidia DLSS 2.25x of 1080p, and it looks awesome. And actually, some of these blurry games bother me a lot less on the plasma TV. So actually, I beat Uncharted 4 mostly on the plasma TVs, because on the OLED, on the C1, it was just so blurry that it was so distracting. But on the plasma, it's okay. It doesn't bother me that much. One more hour, let's go. Yeah, it's almost there. Less than an hour right now. So I'm like 15 minutes behind on the comments. Oh, the CRT shaders work great. Yeah, I have to try it with the game now. Are you getting a 480 hertz OLED for the 5090 and test 480 hertz FPS locked with frame gen plus BFI? You see, what I want is to start sending emails to these monitor companies to see if I can get review samples, because I would not buy a monitor to use myself, because there's no way I am going to prefer a much smaller screen size over a 65-inch. It's not going to happen. Impossible. It doesn't matter if it is the glassless 3D monitor, which is the most interesting monitor, but it has some issues. I was reading a review. It has some stuttering issues, screen tearing, actually. So it's not working right. But there's no way I would buy a monitor, to use myself, because I would never use it. It doesn't matter how good it is. The screen size is so important. But if I can get a review sample, that would be awesome. So yeah, if it's free, yeah, I would like to have it. But still, I might use it one day. Oh, look, it's super cool. But at the end of the day, when I am actually going to be playing the games, 65-inch is like a no-brainer. So do you have to upgrade your CPU? You will hit a bottleneck. Of course, I will hit a bottleneck. But the games that I already have, I know what my CPU can do because I can just lower the resolution and see, and it's fine. It's fine. Of course, it would be better if it was faster, but then I have to buy not the CPU alone. I have to buy the CPU, the motherboard, new RAM. So that's like a lot much more money. So what I'm gonna do is get the 5090 if I can. Keep even the power supply. If that doesn't work, then I replace the power supply. If I'm not happy with the CPU because the bottleneck is too much, then I'm like, okay, I'll get the whole thing. But I'm trying to save money here. So I cannot go just crazy. So the thing is, what I'm sure is I will always be able to max out that 5090. You can always just get more pixels and that's it. Just brute force. So I am not going to be missing out. In any case, I might just have a different experience. And worst case scenario, I get 60 FPS. My CPU can give me 60 FPS on every game. And if there is a game where I cannot get 60 FPS locked, then the game is broken. Okay, I mean, it's that simple. I have a 5800X 3D, 60 FPS has to be there. So then I use Game Motion Plus. So I use the interpolation from the TV, but with frame generation from Nvidia or FSR 3 or 4 frame generation, it should be fine. So what's your opinion on 27-inch 4K QD OLED monitors, man? Oh yeah, I saw that review. It's very bad, man. The brightness is very bad. It's not good enough at all for HDR. But that's with all the monitors, actually. The monitors, they have like 400, HDR mode. 400 nits is not even HDR. And then the 1000 nits mode is like in very small highlights. And then you get raised blacks and then the EOTF tracking sucks and you have no settings. That's the problem with the monitors too, man. The performance is just not even close to the TVs. These monitors, they need to be like $300-400 in my opinion. They don't come even close to the TVs. Just imagine, I got the S95C 55 inches for $760. 55 inches QD OLED, 2000 nits peak brightness, 300 nits full screen. These monitors are more expensive than that. It just doesn't make any sense. And the idea that you need a small screen size to fit in your desk and all that stuff, you just need to either get a bigger desk or just separate your desk and then have the TV farther away or something like that, because the bigger the better. There's no question about that. The bigger the better. So yeah, that's the problem with monitors too, man. Usually the calibration is all messed up, and then if it's WRGB, then you have a matte finish. If it's QD OLED, well, it's QD OLED raised blacks. And I also watched the review for the glossy Dove WRGB monitor. That is a glossy finish, but it is a glossy finish. It's Gorilla Glass on top of a matte finish. It's just insane. So it's a mess. If the monitor market situation is a mess, I think. GTA 6 120 FPS. Well, I'm not so sure about that. Hopefully, but we don't know. I mean, Rockstar, they like to crank up the graphics like crazy. So yeah, it might be CPU bound or something like that. So yeah, we don't know. But GTA 6, I'm expecting. Yeah, that's the game you buy a PC for. I'm expecting the best looking game ever. My only concern is the shimmering, because even on the trailer, the hair, you see there's a lot of shimmering in the hair, and the sharpness of the game I think is gonna be kind of blurry. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a mess, so I don't think they pay attention to that, which is unfortunate. That's why I want something powerful enough to fix that. Yeah, for sure, Ariel is underestimating how big of an upgrade the 3080 to a 5090 will be. The 5800X3D ain't going to cut it. There's gonna be bottleneck, but in the games I have right now, I can get over 100 frames on all the games. There's no exceptions. So that's fine. So the CPU is fine. Of course, I understand when you use ray tracing, the CPU is more demanding, but I don't want to use ray tracing. I think it looks bad, actually, because it looks noisy. And the 59 is not going to fix that. Of course, it will get better over time. And if I have performance to spare, I might turn it on, but still doesn't make any sense. For example, Indiana Jones with full path tracing on a 4090, you need to lower to DLSS performance to get 60 FPS consistent. That doesn't make any sense. You don't get a 4090 to play with DLSS performance. That looks blurry. And you get shimmering. It just, that's nonsense. So I don't see a single, I don't see myself ever using ray tracing. It doesn't matter if I get a 5090. I much rather turn that off and get more pixels and more frames. That's it. So the 5800X3D is gonna be fine. And again, worst case scenario, I get 60 FPS and use Game Motion Plus on the TV, and then I get more pixels and make the game look more beautiful. Yeah, that's the one I have, the 5800X3D. I have a 3080 Ti, and my games aren't blurry. Also OLED C2. If it doesn't bother you, then that's fine. Enjoy then. I would recommend you. Actually, I'm gonna have to make a video about this YouTube channel. It's called Thread Interactive. There's a lot of other big YouTube channels that I have that have covered this channel. I first saw it in Asmongold reaction, and I think is great. This is a developer. They have a small studio, and they are trying to do modifications for Unreal Engine to use it for their own game. And this guy, he just explains very technically why the games are blurry, what's the problem with the games, and the problem with a lot of influencers that don't realize, or they are not knowledgeable enough to understand the issues, and they don't call it out, basically. But I see the issues that he's talking about. I don't have the technical terms. Sometimes I don't know exactly why the game looks bad, but I know it looks bad. I don't need to know exactly why. I am going to call it out. If it looks bad, it looks bad. So yeah, Thread Interactive is the YouTube channel. He has a lot of very, very good videos, very technical. So I might do a reaction to that too one of these days. 100%, I need the 7800X3D, bare minimum. Yeah, it's a great CPU, that's for sure. Now, for pricing wise, you get the latest Ryzen if you can, and you get better price to performance. But I think they are selling out right now. It's very difficult to buy. I'm curious if we're gonna have a 5090 Ti. Yeah, probably. Might not be called the Ti. It might be called the 5090 BMF Plus or something like that. But yeah, they are never gonna. They always have like a backup plan to like go absolutely crazy. 5090 probably needs its own separate case. Now, if I actually end up getting it, people are gonna go crazy when they see the case I'm going to use for that 5090. It's a $25, no, actually 23 and some cents. It's a Chinese case that I have to keep open. Actually, it's the picture of this channel. That's my PC. So it's a Chinese case that I have to keep open because the CPU cooler doesn't fit if I close the the side. So I have to keep the PC on the floor sideways. So that's where I'm gonna put the 5090. No money left for the case. Okay, I don't care about the PC looking nice. I don't care about RGB. But yeah, that's gonna be the setup. 750 watts power supply and a $23 Chinese case for the 5090. Ariel, after you get a 5090, since you have several TVs as an investment for the channel, you could get a PS5 Plus game subscription for $10 to compare and criticize the image quality on the consoles. Why would I do that, man? Like, I don't want to be. The games look blurry even on my PC with my 3080. Just imagine if I see how they look on the console. I don't want to, make people who have the PS5 feel bad, man. The problem is the games and the developers. There's nothing wrong with the PS5 or the Xbox. They have enough power to give you a very good looking game, and there are some games that look very good. Why would I compare? I mean, I'm gonna go, if I see how these blurry games look on the PS5, I'm gonna have an seizure or something. It's gonna be horrendous, absolutely terrible. I mean, I don't even need to buy a PS5 to know that. That's gonna be crazy. Ariel, which power supply we need to buy? I would not go over 1,000 watts. I don't think it makes any sense. But for efficiency purpose or something like that, maybe a little bit higher would be more efficient or quieter or something. Or maybe it would reduce the coil whine or something. But 1,000 watts is the maximum. More than that, I think it's like a waste of money. Oh yeah, well, here we go. 1,000 watts is more than enough. AMD is very power efficient, and that's the thing. The 5800X 3D that I have, it's like 100 watts. So that's nothing. I don't need more than 1,000 watts will be a waste. I need a new power supply. My 1,000 watts, you have already. Oh, but it is 13 years old. Well, that is something else. Yeah, that might be. But I mean, if it's still working, if it looks good, if it's clean, if it doesn't have a bunch of dust, if it's 13 years old, it's because you've taken care of it. Or it's just a god tier power supply. But yeah, that might be a concern. But I think the worst thing that can happen is that your PC turns off. If you have issues, just replace it. I'm rocking the FPS Hydro Ti Pro 1,000 watts. It is so good. I mean, all those power supplies, 1,000 is just more than enough. Will it occupy 3 or 4 PCIe slots worth of space? I think we are going to be surprised with the size. It might actually be smaller. I don't know. I like it big. I want a huge, GPU. Very, very power hungry. Yes. The more you pay for it, the bigger it needs to be. Actually, I like how this GPU looks a lot. This design, the Asus stuff, I like how it looks a lot. Actually, Asus is not going to have a Strix anymore, I think. So they might not have the TUF anymore either. I don't know. But yeah, I like that this 3080. But now it does have some coil whine, and I didn't hear that from the reviewers when I bought the GPU. The only one I saw talking about that, and it was after I bought the GPU, was Der Bauer. Der Bauer, I think that's how you say it. It's like a German reviewer that also has an English YouTube channel. He was the only one who criticized that. But everyone else was like, "Oh, the TUF is like awesome, temperature, everything is awesome," but it has coil whine, and it really bothers me. I don't like it for that reason. But I already got used to it. So after a while, you get used to that coil whine, and it's not that bad. But especially when I play at 120 FPS, I hear it. It's like it's not good. But yeah, I want it big. If I pay a lot of money, I want a big GPU, very heavy, very powerful, very hot. Yeah, I want it to be very hot too. I have 1200 watts with the 4090, thinking about buying a 5090 if it is the same price as the 4090 was before. Then selling the 4090 for half the price. Well, it's gonna be more expensive, but I don't think it's gonna be a lot more expensive, man. $200 more on average. That's what I believe. That's my expectation, basically. Just $200 more, just to adjust for inflation a little bit. That's it. All that power, but games using Unreal Engine like Silent Hill, Jedi Survivor, Lords of the Fallen, even some PlayStation games run like crap. And the problem is that not only that they run like crap, because if they run bad, you get a more powerful GPU and you get more frames. They look bad. They look blurry. Silent Hill looks so terrible, man. It's unbelievable. Actually, I was surprised to see Silent Hill 2 as one of the best looking games of the year. I don't remember who was from Digital Foundry. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. I mean, Digital Foundry, they do a great job on their videos, explaining the technology and all of that. But Silent Hill 2 is one of the worst looking games I've ever seen. How can you say that was one of the best looking games of the year? It's like we are not looking at the same thing. I was like, no, you cannot tell me that's one of the best looking games. No way. It's just insane. But yeah, I mean, they also liked Control, and I thought Control was one of the worst looking games too. So everyone likes what they like. But yeah, I think those games you mentioned, yeah, those are probably among the worst offenders when it comes to image clarity and performance. The 4090 will still be more valuable than the 5080. Oh, for sure. The 5080 has to be more cheaper than the 4090. Oh, yeah, it has to be. It has to be. The price of the 4090 is gonna change, maybe, with the new GPUs, but it has to be cheaper because it has less VRAM. It doesn't matter the new features; it has to be cheaper. It's not gonna be as powerful, unless you turn on the new feature that they're gonna try to sell you or something. Asynchronous reprojection doesn't remove input lag to the game logic, only the camera motion, but that's still good to have. Doesn't remove input lag to the game logic, only the camera motion. Yeah, I'm not sure. I understand what you're referring to, but there is a demo you can try, and you probably did. I shared that in one of the videos like 2 years ago, actually. And this demo, you can actually run it at 30, 60 FPS, any FPS, and you get asynchronous reprojection. And even at 30 FPS, you move the camera with the mouse, and the input lag is just fantastic. Definitely better than 30 FPS. I've never seen any 30 FPS game feeling like that at all. So it looks like 120 and it feels like 120, but because it's 30 FPS, you do see some occlusion artifacts. So it's better if it's 60 because you see less ghosting and issues. But it's impressive, very impressive. That would be fantastic, man. That's what I want. Games with shader compilation. Whatever the 5080 will cost, that's the amount you can sell the 5090 for. Let's see. Okay, so we're 20 minutes only. This is gonna start in 20 minutes. So I already have the Jensen is still talking. I already have the video here. Keynote starting in 20 minutes, 19 minutes. So let me max this out. But it doesn't let me max out the press conference. Well, let's leave it there. It's almost here. $1,800 plus CPU, motherboard, RAM for games with stuttering like crazy. Jeez, man. That is so true, man. You see, one thing that I think about is gaming. Are the games, not gaming, because gaming is awesome. There's no discussion about it. Gaming is the best entertainment if you compare it with movies. It's not even close. The thing is, are the games we have available worth what we pay for these PCs, for the GPUs and all that? They are not, man. They are not good enough. You know, if the games were at the level of, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 6, if most of the games were like that and they didn't look blurry and stutter and all that, then I would say absolutely. But the majority of the games are not good. And we have some good games that run very bad and look blurry. Like the Naughty Dog games, they are very blurry. They look very good. You know, the quality of the pixels is very good, but they just look so blurry. It's just insane. So I don't think the games we have today are worth what we have to pay to run them. We are not there yet. But there's going to be a point, I hope, where the games are actually that good. And it is worth spending $10,000. Because, you know, it's not only the PC. You have to buy a display, and, you know, at the end, you're spending minimum $5,000. So right now, the games are not worth it, honestly. There's just a handful of games that are really, great experiences, but not enough of them. But it is what it is. This is the time where we are right now. But in the future, there's gonna come a time where the games are just like so worth it. It's gonna be a no-brainer. PC Lego for adults. I scalped during the 3000 series low. Camped outside Best Buy multiple times. Please do path tracing on 4K OLED versus CRTs versus plasma. Path tracing. I have a CRT, I have a plasma, and I have an OLED. Actually, I have the Panasonic plasma here. I'm gonna do a comparison with the brightness with the S90D, and you're gonna be surprised how bright this plasma is. It's just crazy. But yeah, I have so many videos I have to do now with all the news and especially with CES, and also the new article we have a Busters and testing the game I got with the retro arc. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff to cover. A part of it is Windows 11 is a trash OS for gaming without any sort of optimizations. Unreal Engine 5 also encourages developers to not care about performance. I think the problem with Unreal Engine 5 is that they have a lot of things done already, and it's like faster to make the games and easier and probably cheaper for them, but it's not giving you the best results. It's not giving you the best clarity and performance. So it's just a matter of the standard we have with the Unreal Engine. It's just not good enough, and most of the games are suffering the same problems again and again. But it is convenient, and probably thanks to Unreal Engine, we have more games. 14 minutes to go. 3080 white Asus Streets sold for 420 euro yesterday. Man, 420 euros. You sold it like, and that's a good price for the person who bought it. Oh man, I would not like to sell my GPU so cheap. But yeah, that's what it costs now, I guess. Yeah, Unreal Engine is killing games. Talking about bottleneck, I'm drinking champagne. Champagne. Ariel, what's your next GPU? Use 4000 series? No, I'm not. It has to be the 5090. There's no option for me. It has to be the 5090 or none. So I hope it is the 5090. But I'm not paying more than $2,000, man. I think that's way too much already. It's a lot more than a 4080 already. So I hope it is maximum 1999.99. That's what I'm hoping for. Of course, a little bit more than that. But if the MSRP is more than $2,000, yeah, it's just too much, man. Okay, let's go. Says, when do you think we will have 1000 hertz monitors? I heard some rumors that we will have them around 2027. Well, it's going to start already. Man, the time is flying. We're gonna already hear Jensen.
This type of software because it's machine learning.
Machine learning.
Yes.
Let me get this.
It's a unique infrastructure.
Okay. Okay, let me get this close.
It's not possible to create AI.
You see, without the infrastructure, it's not possible to create AI. He's already trying to convince us. Let me get this closer here. Get the audio ready. And let's go. Let's go. What is he talking about? 22,000? Oh my goodness. He said 22,000. You know what that means? 5090, $2,200. Don't tell me that, Jensen. Come on, man. Don't tell me that. It cannot be $2,000. It cannot be $22,000.
So we are going to provide a lot of this subsidize the compute power so that they can
Get this lower.
almost free to try out
Almost free?
Whatever the application of AI.
What? He's saying it's almost free. He's already trying to convince us that these GPUs are almost free. So there you go. So yeah, let's see. Man, we're way behind with the comments. See how many we have after that. Oh, I missed most of the comments. Well, I'll try to read them. Wow. This is like, I am way behind. So Nvidia turned the comments off. No live chat. You have to be kidding me, bro. Let me see. Comments are turned off. Oh, you know what that means? They know we are not going to like it. That's what it means. Well, let's get the expectations under control, because this is not a good sign at all. Not a good sign. But we still have, I mean, it's 1:50. Let me see. We still have 10 minutes to go. So let me read some of the comments. We still have 10 minutes before it starts. Jensen is coming for your wallets. Yeah, let's see. Open Twitch live chat. Yeah, I've never used Twitch at all, man. I don't know how it works, but I definitely have to expand social media and all that. So let me go from bottom to top, see what's going on. $3,000. Bro, don't start throwing big numbers at me. $3,000 is too much. They're praising MLA for color brightness boost, and now they dropped it. Well, let me tell you this. I'm going to do a reaction to the G5 for its own video. But I actually like a lot the G5. And the main reason is we have perfect blacks again. So my main criticism with MLA was it looks not as bad as QD OLED, because this is terrible. Under lighting conditions, QD OLED is like, it's not an OLED at all. Now, MLA is not as bad, but it's not as good as non-MLA. This WRGB OLEDs, C1s, CXE1 forever. These LG OLEDs, they look fantastic. They look like the reason why you buy an OLED. It's like because it's black, it's perfectly black. Even with some lights, the screen looks very, very black. And I didn't like MLA at all because of that. So I'm like, it's like, it doesn't make any sense just to get more brightness to do that. So I like that a lot about the G5. It is brighter, but now it looks black. That's a big selling point. Now, what the G5 is missing is 120 BFI. Let me tell you, if the G5 had the same OLED Motion Pro high as the C1, same, it doesn't even need to be better. That would be the TV I would like to have, honestly. Like right now, I can tell you that even if it's not as colorful as QD OLED, it will be so bright and awesome for 120 BFI. It's a no-brainer, man. I don't understand why LG just removed that feature completely. It would be like no competition, because the motion clarity will be fantastic, and with the higher brightness, just imagine, man, how good would that be? So yeah, it's a shame, but I'm liking the G5, what I've seen so far. I think it's a great idea what they're doing, because it's probably gonna be cheaper too. So that's very important. They're cheaping out. Let's get this clear. The reason why they're dropping MLA is because it is more expensive. Okay, so LG is just cheaping out to make more money. But I hope that because the TV is now less expensive to manufacture, now it's gonna be cheaper too, because they know they cannot compete with QD OLED. No way. So George says, "What's up, Ariel? I'm gonna get the 5090. Let's go, man. Let's go." I'm also hyped for DLSS madness and the content you will make. Let me tell you, I don't think, honestly, I do not think the 5090 will benefit the channel at all. If I am buying the 5090, it's for myself because I actually play games, okay? What? Yes, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to go crazy. When I get a 5090 box, I'm going to go bananas. Like, you're going to be me. Probably, I'm going to cry. You know, this is like, honestly, this is a dream for me, okay? I feel very fortunate to have what I have. But, you know, to buy the latest GPU, the most powerful GPU in the world, and that's a dream. So I'm gonna go crazy. So that video is gonna do very well, but that's it. After that, who cares if I play with more frames or whatever? That's irrelevant. So I have that doesn't have any value. That doesn't add any value for the community at all. I don't think so. Of course, if I have a 5090 and I review a game, I'm not a game reviewer, but I play, so I'm gonna share with you what I see. And I tell you, man, this game looks like garbage. It looks so blurry. Then nobody can tell me, oh, you just need to get a 40, 50, 90. Now, what are you going to tell me? I have a 65-inch QD OLED with a 5090, and I'm telling you, this game looks blurry. It is blurry, okay? So, yeah, I can definitely, you know, make a rant and, you know, help, you know, to change things in the way, in the direction that we need, which is motion clarity, 1000 hertz. That's what we need. But very clear, not blurry, because if it's blurry, then it doesn't make any sense. We first need to fix the games so they get more frames. Okay, I actually already commented on this one. Imagine 4K 120 FPS max settings with lossless scaling. Well, lossless scaling, it works, but yeah, 5090, I want a real deal. I want the real frames. But of course, for some games, I'm gonna have to use interpolation. But yeah, pulling for the sub 2000 5090 price for all of us, bro. That's what we need. I think we're gonna get it, man. It cannot be more than $2,000, man. It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I agree that MLA was held back, but I don't think 4-stack was held back. So, you know, the thing is, we have to wait to see what is the durability, reliability with this new LG G5, because they are pushing more brightness without MLA, and it's still a WRGB OLED. There is a difference that I don't understand very well yet. I watched the Vincent video, and he showed like a graph, not a graph, it's like a representation, trying to explain, but not the real thing, because he was not allowed to show the real picture. So he showed they showed red, blue, green, and blue. So it's not RGB. It showed like red, blue, green, and blue. But it's still WRGB. So when you zoom in, it's still WRGB. So it's something weird there, but it's still, I don't see that. I don't see where is the efficiency win on that. Maybe it gets less hot or something. So I'm concerned that the G5 is gonna be more likely to burn in, is what I'm trying to say. And we're not going to know until the time passes. So yeah, they are cheaping out, removing MLA, but now you don't know if it is, they're pushing more brightness. You don't know now what's going on with the reliability. So, and then probably for the G6, they will add the MLA back. So now it's even brighter. So MLA with 4 stack, if that's even possible. Honestly, 6090 will be the dream. Okay. Meme, name, and top performance for GTA 6. GTA 6, we have to wait until the 6090. Holy, I hope it comes out next year. At least. It should be almost starting. It is 8/29.
The companies tend to create the next great companies here in Japan. Japan has always been dear to me. Most of it.
But it's so funny. I mean, I just listen to him, and it's just so funny. I think he's so smart that everything he says is funny. It's just, I don't know what it is. DLSS 4 upscaling, low textures to ultra. Yeah, there's gonna be. You know that DLSS 4 is most likely going to be locked to the 50,000 series, to the 5,000 series. Most likely, that's how they're gonna sell you the GPUs. So how are they going to justify to lock the feature? Neural rendering. Your 4090 doesn't have the neural rendering cores or whatever. So they have to justify, so they have to improve DLSS so much that they can justify to lock the feature. So you have to buy the new GPUs. That's how they justify. Yeah, the 4090 might be a little bit faster than the 5080, but it doesn't have that feature, bro. So you have to buy the new GPUs. But yeah, something like that might happen, like a super like texture upscaling with neural rendering for all games. You see, that's another thing. I don't care too much if they announce a feature that only works for new games that the developers have to implement the feature. That's irrelevant because that's what happened with ray tracing, and we had to wait like 2 years to have some games with ray tracing. So the thing that gets me excited is when they announce something that works for everything that exists right now, something that you will get the GPU and immediately get all the games upgraded, all the games looking better. That's what excites me. I mean, that's what makes sense. LG is broke. I'm also gonna cry if you get a 5090, bro. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Passion. Founders Edition, $2,000. Partners will be $2,300. That makes sense. That makes sense. And it's probably going to be very difficult to buy. But I would buy it for $2,000. Now, one thing I want is I want to have at least 2 HDMI 2.1 outputs. Like my, this 3080, 12 gigabytes has that. And it would be better if I have 3, actually, because at some point I am going to buy another 65-inch QD OLED or whatever is best. And at some point I want to try. Of course, I can always buy an adapter, display port to HDMI 2.1 adapter or something like that. But it would be better. So I want to try 3 65-inch surround, bro. Can you imagine that? I mean, 2. It was almost the entire room with 2 65-inch QD OLEDs side by side. It was so. That was actually bad. I shouldn't have tried that because then now this 65-inch looks small. It was so big. 32:9, super ultra wide QD OLED experience. So I want to try at some point 3 65-inch surround system, bro. And the thing that's not because I want it to be even wider, because 265-inch was already crazy wide. But the reason is you have the black line in the middle because you have 2 TVs together. The vessel is very small but it's still visible and it's annoying and it is a deal breaker. Okay, but with 3, I would have one TV in the middle, and then I have now 2 bezels, which is even more problem. But now the bezels are on my peripheral view; they are not in the middle. So, oh my goodness, that's gonna be insane. It's gonna be like I might have to move to the living room to have that setup. It's gonna be crazy. Now, of course, I have to then, if I'm really going to keep a setup like that, then I would have to get some calibration equipment to me if I want to be serious about it and calibrate all the TVs to be exactly the same brightness. And I'm gonna have to nerf, the TVs so they are exactly the same. Well, let's see. I might just do it for fun and then let's go.
Your industry that we've built over the last several decades is going to
CES isn't just about what's next.
seismic change.
It's about what's possible.
Shifts.
And when technology,
But it's so blurry. 480p. Let's go 4K 60.
anything.
There are so many of you.
That's because tech doesn't just solve challenges.
Let's go.
It transforms them into
Get your leather jacket ready.
It helps us
Get your life savings ready. And let's go.
Together.
We are not just here for a tech event. We're here to connect, to solve,
There are
to discover.
fundamental
Together.
shifts that are happening at the same
Tech isn't
time.
just advancing,
This hasn't happened
it's uniting,
since 1960.
bringing us closer to I think it's better care. Making life
It wasn't
more
because of
connected,
my birth.
more dynamic.
I hope it is not about the benefits of more powerful computing, so benefits for medicine, all this stuff. There's gonna be some of it, but I hope it's not about that.
It's the spark for
They
discovery.
describe central processing.
Screening every pixel.
I was there actually in the Big Apple. Very cool. New York. Let me get we're full screen.
Possibilities we're yet to
Family
discover.
compatibility for
Right
each
here,
application so that
right
you
now.
can
The
benefit.
world is one.
That's just the introduction. Let's wait until Jensen comes on stage. Let's go.
They describe.
Ladies and gentlemen,
See if you guys can you hear that?
So that the investments you
2025.
make in software, the investments you make in the software, is going to squander every single time you buy new hardware.
Oh, wait. Is that half Jensen on the other video?
CEO and Vice Chairman of the Consumer Technology Association, the producer of CES, and I am so thrilled to kick off this show with a keynote by one of the most consequential companies in the world.
Let's go.
Nvidia exemplifies the cutting-edge innovation we celebrate at CES. And founder and CEO Jensen Huang is a true visionary, demonstrating the power of ideas, technology, and conviction to drive innovation and reshape our industry and our society.
Let's go.
I always like to say that if I'd listened a little bit more closely the last time Jensen spoke at the CTA event, I could have retired already.
Exactly. See, we have to listen to him. He
For the
knows.
past 3 decades, he has established Nvidia as a force driving change across the globe in industries ranging from healthcare to automotive and entertainment. Today, Nvidia is pioneering breakthroughs in AI and accelerated computing that touch nearly every person and every business.
Let's go.
Thanks to his leadership, Nvidia's innovations enable advanced chatbots, robots, software-defined vehicles,
Can you hear that well?
worlds, hyper-synchronized factory floors, and so much more.
Okay, now the
Huang
other.
has been
Okay,
named the world's best CEO by Fortune,
absolutely.
as well as one of
No
Time
discussion about
Magazine's
that.
100 most influential people in the world. And the fact is, like for all of us in this room, our success and his success was not preordained. Jensen started out working at a Denny's as a dishwasher and a busboy, so be nice to them in the future.
Wow.
And he said that the lessons he's learned there, the value of hard work, humility, and hospitality are what helped them keep the faith and persevere through some of NVIDIA's early challenges. In just a few minutes, we'll hear from NVIDIA founder and CEO Jensen
Let's go.
on his unwavering vision of the future and where we're headed next. Stay tuned and have a great CES.
Let's go. Man, look at that. It's full packed. Let's go. Oh, it's still in the bathroom or something. It's coming. Uh-oh. Oh, they needed to change the walkout music. Let's go. Uh-oh. I'm starting to get worried. Yeah, he's stuck at the elevator. So, uh-oh. This is concerning. What happened? They kidnapped him. Oh, he's dropping money. Oh, he's probably just dropping money. Say thanks, thanks, thanks. I cannot wait for him to say 3 times the power so I can do this. 4 times the ray tracing performance. Let's go, man. Ah, he's taking a massive dump. Come on, man. I don't know what's happening. Oh, the AMD president got him? Maybe they're talking about price. You know that AMD is watching this, of course. They don't know, they still don't know how much their GPUs are going to be. They are waiting for this so they can undercut Nvidia. That's for sure. Okay, let's go. Quick flashing lights. Okay. Let's go. Where's Jensen? Yeah, I think he's taking a massive dump. 4 times the performance. That's almost 60 FPS. 16 times the detail. And the agents cut his way. He's thinking in the price right now. Well, let me tell you. That's what they say, actually. That's what they say. He thinks he's calculating the price until the very last moment. Lisa locked him up in a bathroom. Actually, they are relatives. Let's go.
This is how intelligence is made.
Morgan Freeman to announce the GPUs.
Factory. Generator of tokens building blocks of AI.
Is that Morgan Freeman?
Tokens have opened a new frontier,
I think so.
the first step into an extraordinary world, where endless possibilities are born. Tokens transform words into knowledge and breathe life into images. They turn ideas into videos
So they AI Morgan Freeman voice.
and help us safely navigate any environment. Tokens teach robots to move like the masters. Inspire new ways to celebrate our victories.
A martini, please.
Only right up.
Thank you, Adam.
And give us peace of mind when we need it most.
Hi, Rocket. Hi, Anna. It's good to see you again.
Hey, Mom, we're going to take a blood sample today, okay?
Don't worry. I'm gonna be here the whole time.
We bring meaning to numbers to help us better understand the world around us.
I don't see where this is going. $50 undercut.
Predict the dangers that surround us.
He just changed the price by $300.
And find cures for the threats within us.
Jensen changing the price in the background. Las Vegas streams done. No branches.
To life.
Oh, he's trying to decide the leather jacket.
And restore what we've lost.
Jensen is the diva. Is getting the stones for the fifth element.
I got my voice back, buddy.
They help us move forward.
AI Morgan Freeman, I think they did. He's taking a neural dump.
And one giant leap. Together.
Let's go, man. Nvidia is so up there. Let me get it. Yeah, that's what I don't like. See,
Is where
I don't see I don't like the direction this is going. They are talking about everything that's not GPUs. You know, medicine, self-driving cars.
Nvidia founder and CEO
Let's go.
Jensen Huang.
Let's go. A round of applause. Our hero. Man, I'm so excited to see him.
Welcome to CES.
Let's go. Look at that leather jacket, man. That's a new one.
Las Vegas.
That's a crocodile.
Do you like my jacket?
Let's go, man.
I thought I'd go the other way from Gary Shapiro. I'm in Las Vegas after all. If this doesn't work out, if all of you object, we'll just get used to it. I really think you have to let this sink in. In another hour or so, you're gonna feel good about it.
Oh, man, it looks kind of messed up.
Well, welcome to Nvidia. In fact, you're inside Nvidia's digital twin. And we're going to take you to Nvidia. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nvidia.
See back.
Inside our digital twin. Everything here is generated by AI.
Oh my God. He's gonna AI your money.
Extraordinary journey, extraordinary year.
Everything is AI.
And, it started in 1993. Ready, go! With NV1, we wanted to build computers that can do things that normal computers couldn't. And NV1 made it possible to have a game console in your PC. Our programming architecture was called UDA, missing the letter C until a little while later, but UDA, Unified Device Architecture. And the first developer...
Jensen is in
UDA,
shape too.
and the first application that ever worked on UDA...
Oh, he's nervous?
was Sega's Virtual Fighter.
Justify the price raise.
6 years later, we invented, in 1999, the programmable GPU. And it started
AI upscaling
20
GPU.
years, 20 plus years of incredible advance.
Oh, let me tell you, the
in
jacket,
this incredible processor called the GPU. It made
that's an
modern
expensive
computer graphics
jacket.
possible. And now, 30 years later, Sega's Virtual Fighter
Yeah, like
is completely cinematic. This is the new Virtual Fighter project that's coming. I just can't wait.
oh, that's a new Virtual Fighter
Absolutely
game.
incredible. 6 years after that, 6 years after 1999,
Right to
we
his jacket.
invented CUDA,
Yeah, we can see the
so that we
reflection.
could explain or express the programmability of our GPUs.
I remember that
It's a
GPU.
set of algorithms I could
I had a friend of mine with the
CUDA initially
8800
was difficult to explain.
playing Far Cry
And
1,
it took years, in fact.
Crisis, and all
It
that
took
stuff.
approximately 6 years. Somehow, 6 years later, 6 years later or
I was
so,
gonna say we will be happy with our 5090. Doesn't
2012,
cost as much as the jacket.
Alex Karshevsky, Ilya Sutskever, and
Well-
Jeff Hinton discovered CUDA, used it to process AlexNet, and the rest of it is history. AI has been advancing at an incredible pace since.
Oh my God.
Started with perception AI. We now can understand images and words and sounds. The generative AI can generate images and text and sounds. And now, agentic AI. AIs that can perceive, reason, plan, and act. And then the next phase, some of which we'll talk about tonight, physical AI, 2012. Now, magically, 2018, something happened that was pretty incredible. Google's Transformer was released as BERT, and the world of AI really took off. Transformers, as you know, completely changed the landscape for artificial intelligence. In fact, it completely changed the landscape for computing altogether. We recognized properly that AI was not just a new application with a new business opportunity.
You know, he's going to justify
More importantly,
the
machine
lower
learning
VRAM
enabled
somehow.
by Transformers was going to
For sure.
fundamentally change how computing works. And today, computing
My
has
59 morning
revolutionized
is right here, bro.
every single
It's right here. My life savings, everything I have, is right here, waiting for it.
Software tools that humans use. We now have machine learning that
AI.
creates and optimizes neural networks
Oh my God.
that processes on GPUs.
Can you imagine he's a
that creates
hologram
artificial intelligence.
right now?
Every single layer of the technology stack has been
Yeah, it's a new virtual fighter.
an incredible transformation in just 12 years.
Yeah, he said AI like 25 times already.
We can now understand information of just about any modality. Surely you've seen text and images and sounds and things like that. But not only can we understand those, we can understand amino acids, we can understand physics. We understand them, we can translate them and generate them. The applications are just completely endless. In fact, almost any AI application that you see out there, what modality is the input that it learned from? What modality of information did it translate to? And what modality of information is it generating? If you ask these three fundamental questions, just about every single application
Gucci
can
jacket.
be inferred. And so when you see application after applications that are AI driven, AI native, at the core of it, this fundamental concept is that machine learning has changed how every application is going to be built, how computing will be done, and the possibilities beyond. Well, GPUs, GeForce, in a lot of ways, all of this with AI is the house that GeForce built. GeForce enabled AI to reach the masses. And now AI is coming home to GeForce. There are so many things that you can't do without AI. Let me show you some of it.
Oh, let's go. The following footage is rendered in real time using an RTX 5090 for sure. Why is it so ultra wide. That looks good, but it's kind of clipping, of course. The whites are clipping. Very bad. Oh, there you go. Neural rendering. It's happening already. He's showing you 47. He's showing you from 47 megabytes to 16 with neural rendering. Higher quality, less space. You see the detail on the texture? The details on the texture going up with less memory. That means you need less VRAM, of course. That's why 8 gigabytes, it's okay, bro, because we have neural rendering. They are already starting to work up your mind.
Real time
There you go.
computer graphics.
Real time.
No computer graphics researcher, no computer scientist would have told you that it is possible for us to ray trace every single pixel at this point.
Ray trace every
tracing is a
pixel.
simulation of light. The amount of geometry that you saw was absolutely insane. It would have been impossible without artificial intelligence. There are two fundamental things that we did. We use, of course, programmable shading and ray trace acceleration to produce incredibly beautiful pixels. But then we
Incredibly beautiful
artificial
pixels.
intelligence be conditioned, be controlled by that pixel to generate a whole bunch of other pixels. Not only is it able to generate other pixels spatially, because it's aware of what the colors should be, it has been trained on a supercomputer back in Nvidia. And so the neural network that's running on the GPU can infer and predict the pixels that we did not render.
Infer and
Not only
predict.
can we do that, it's called DLSS. The latest generation of DLSS also generates beyond frames. It can predict the future, generating 3 additional frames for every frame that we calculate. What you saw,
It's going to predict the
just
future,
4
bro.
frames of what you saw, because we're going to render 1 frame and generate 3.
3
I see
frames.
4 frames at full HD, 4K. That's 33 million pixels or so.
33 million pixels.
33 million pixels.
Oh my God.
We computed only 2. It is an absolute miracle that we can computationally using programmable shaders and our ray tracing engine, to compute 2 million pixels and have AI predict all of the other 33.
Oh my God.
And as a result, we're able to render at incredibly high performance because AI does a lot less computation. It takes, of course, an enormous amount of training to produce that.
From
Once
2
you train it, the generation
to 33.
efficient.
So that is
So this is
15 times better.
Artificial intelligence, and that's why there's so many amazing things that are happening.
15 times better than your GPU.
Intelligence, and now artificial intelligence is revolutionizing GeForce. Everyone, today we're announcing our next generation.
Here we go. Here we go.
The RTX Blackwell family. Let's take a look.
Let's go. Oh my God. 15 times the detail, bro. 15 times the detail. 15 times. Oh my God. Here it is. No fans. No fans at all. Where is the cooling? Woo! "3D vapor chamber." Oh my God. Ultra fast memory. 1.8 terabytes. 92 billion transistors. 4,000 AI teraflops. 380 RT cores. Oh my God. Or all the leaks are wrong. Here it is.
Our brand new GeForce RTX
5090.
50 series Blackwell architecture.
5090.
The GPU is just a beast. 92 billion transistors.
That's a 5090.
4,000 tops. 4 petaflops of AI. 3 times higher than the last generation Ada. And we need all of it to generate those pixels.
We need all of it.
380 ray tracing teraflops so that we could, for the pixels that we have to compute, get the most beautiful image you possibly can. And of course, 125 shader teraflops. There is actually a concurrent shader teraflops as well as an integer unit of equal performance. So 2 dual shaders. One is for floating point, one is for integer. G7 memory from Micron, 1.8 terabytes per second, twice the performance of our last generation. And we now have the ability to intermix AI workloads with computer graphics workloads. And one of the amazing things about this generation is the programmable shader is also able to now process neural networks.
Oh my God, neural network everywhere.
It's able to carry these neural networks.
It's a new shader.
We invented neural texture compression and neural material.
It's not gonna work on your GPU.
As a result,
it's a new shader.
Amazingly beautiful images that are only possible.
Possible.
We use AIs to learn the texture, learn the compression algorithm, and as a result, get extraordinary results. Okay, so this is the brand new.
Is that 5090?
RTX Blackwell 5090.
Wow, it's just 2 slots. Now, very small. I think that's 1.5 slots.
Even the mechanical design is
so small.
Look at this, it's got 2 fans.
So small.
Graphics card is just one giant fan. You know, so the question is, where's the graphics card? It's literally this big. The voltage regulator design is state-of-the-art. Incredible design. The engineering team did a great job.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
He said 1 fan? I saw 2 fans on the 3D graph.
Okay, so those are the speeds and feeds. So how does it compare? Well, this is
oh my God.
RTX 4090.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh!
You have one.
I know it's a 4090. I thought it was a 5090. Holy
I know
shit.
it. Look, it's $1,599. It is one of the best investments you could possibly make.
Oh my God. Tell me it's that. Tell me it's the same price, bro. Tell me it's the same price.
$10,000 PC entertainment command center. Isn't that right?
Oh my God. He's comparing the price already.
Don't be ashamed. It's liquid cooled. Fancy lights all over it. You lock it when you leave.
But he's talking about $10,000. So that has me concerned.
It makes perfect sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
$1,500 and $1,599, you get to upgrade that and turbocharge the living daylights out of it. Well, now with the Blackwell family, RTX 5070, 4090 performance at $549.
Well, that's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. Come on, man.
Impossible without artificial intelligence. Impossible without the 4 teraops of AI tensor cores.
Oh my
Impossible
God.
without the G7 memories.
Okay, oh my goodness.
5070, 4090 performance, $549, and here's the whole family.
Tell me.
From 5070 all the way up to 5090. 5090, twice the performance of a 4090. Starting, of course, we're producing at very large scale, availability starting January.
Let's go!
It is incredible, but we managed to put these in gigantic performance GPUs into.
It's mine, bro. It's mine.
Laptop. For $1,299, this 5070 laptop has a 40.
Oh my God, it's mine, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
Let me show you this.
3080.
This is look at this thing. Look here. There's only so many pockets.
Something on his pocket.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. What is that? Is that a BMX?
So can you imagine? You get this incredible graphics card here, Blackwell. We're going to shrink it and put it in there. Does that make any sense?
Oh my God.
Well, you can't do that without artificial intelligence. And the reason for that is because we're generating most of the pixels using our tensor cores. So we ray trace only the pixels we need, and we generate using artificial intelligence all of the other pixels we have.
Generating
As a
everything.
result, the energy efficiency is just off the charts. The future of computer graphics is neural rendering, the fusion of artificial intelligence and computer graphics. And what's really amazing is, oh, here we go. Thank you. This is a surprisingly kinetic keynote.
Oh, he has GPUs in his pocket.
What's really amazing is the family of GPUs we're going to put in here. And so the 5090.
Oh, that's the laptop. I was like,
a thin laptop. That last laptop was 14.
for a moment, I thought he was gonna say, "Oh, actually, I lied. Here's the price." Oh,
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen,
man,
RTX Blackwell family.
man. No way it has to be. Man, I am so excited, bro.
Brought AI
Oh my goodness.
to the world. Democratized
It's
AI.
mine.
Now AI has
It is
come back
mine.
and revolutionized GeForce. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. Let's go to somewhere else at Nvidia.
Oh my God, this is so awesome. That GPU is mine,
This is
bro.
literally our office. This is literally Nvidia's headquarters.
Heart attack incoming.
Okay, so let's talk about AI. The industry is
Pick up my money, bro.
racing to scale
I'm gonna need it.
artificial intelligence. And the scaling
Yeah, Nvidia is taking my money. Let me tell you.
It's an empirical law.
They're taking my money.
It's been observed and demonstrated by
Absolutely.
an industry over several generations. And
You're gonna leave console gaming.
the scaling law says that the more data you have,
The more you save.
the larger model that you have,
I know.
and the more compute that you apply to it, therefore, the more
Oh my God.
effective or the more capable.
Oh, honestly, I don't care about anything else, bro. That 59 is mine. Okay? It's mine.
What's really amazing is that now we're moving.
Okay, Asus Strix 3000 euros.
Twice the amount of data.
Yeah, the AIBs are gonna be very, very expensive. You better hope Trump doesn't do with tariff. Oh, Trump is not gonna raise the GPU price, bro. Don't tell me that.
We're still producing a gigantic amount of data.
RTX 4090, 2,800 euros in Germany at the moment.
To be used to train the fundamental knowledge, the foundational knowledge of an AI. But there are
Honestly, I don't care about anything else. I'm so happy with this thing.
and it's somewhat intuitive.
Yeah, he's selling you out some other stuff. I have to say,
Uses technology.
that demo looked great. The texture, quality improvement was incredible. But of course, this is a low quality video. The gamma was all messed up. The whites were clipping like crazy. Very bad quality. I have this set up at 4K. Yeah, this live stream is 4K 60. It looked very bad. It looked very bad. That demo they show it was trash. But yeah, the lighting was good and the texture improvement was very good too. Actually, I didn't see the VRAM anywhere. Let me check that back. Wait. It has to be 32 gigabytes of VRAM. Let's go back. Let me take a look. Okay. So when he shows, okay, here it is. Let's see. Let's take a look at this again. Okay. You see, 2 fans. I think I heard him say 1 fan, but it's 2 fans. Okay, 3D vapor chamber, high density PCB is very small. Absolutely crazy how small that is. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5. Okay, so here, let's see if we can see some of the specs. Look at that, all that VRAM. Okay, well, here we can count the VRAM. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 multiplied by 2 is 32 gigabytes of VRAM, bro. It has to be 32. Unless those are 1 gigabytes. So here he's saying ultra fast G7 memory, 1.8 terabytes per second memory bandwidth. But he doesn't say, okay, let's see. So he says 92 billion transistors, 4,000 AI TOPS, 380 RT teraflops, 125 shader T-flops. But he doesn't say the VRAM, actually. He doesn't say the VRAM. Like, VRAM doesn't even matter. I think that's what he's trying to convince people. Let's see when he shows all the GPUs. When he shows actually all the GPUs. Let's see. This is very important, okay? Okay, let's see. I don't see any VRAM number over here. Incredible design. Okay, let me see if I can. So this is the price. Okay. This is really good, man. 5070 for $549. That's really good. That's awesome, man. But I don't think that's gonna be the same as the 4090, especially with the VRAM. Forget about Neuralink or whatever. Okay, so there's no mention of VRAM. He's just talking about the AI teraflops. That's it. That's all that matters. So you don't have to be worried about VRAM anymore, bro. It's just about the AI teraflops. $2,000, bro. That's going to hurt. Let me tell you that. But I already lowered my car insurance. so yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, no VRAM specification anywhere, but it has to be there, man. It has to be 32. AI predicting the future. So AI might generate characters with 6 fingers and 3 legs. I want to know the 5070 VRAM. Yeah, I think you hit it on the nail. He didn't show the VRAM of the GPUs because he's telling you that the 5070 is a 4090 for less than $600. He was hyping up the 4090 and telling you how amazing that was for $1,600, and then he showed you the 5070. He says, oh, it's the same. It's not the same. The VRAM is a lot less. But that's why he didn't show the VRAM. He's just talking about this, the AI teraflops. That's all that matters, bro. AI. Because he's compressing the textures with neural rendering. So you get higher quality textures, bro. You need to understand his mind. He's trying to teach you how to spend your money. Actually, I have to see him saying, the more you buy, the more you save. Yeah, we're going to watch the rest of it. Let me take a look at your comments. $2,000, man. Let's go. I am back. Didn't want to listen to Jensen speak so much. How much is it? Yeah, it's, look at this. $2,000 for the 5090. $1,000 for the 5080. That was my prediction before the live stream. I told you. $749 for the 5070 Ti. Oh, that's a big difference in price in comparison with the 5070. The 5070 is $549, bro. And the difference is all about the teraflops. Nothing else matters. So teraflops on the 5070, 1,000 AI teraflops. These are not normal teraflops. Don't confuse that. Let's get it. Don't get it twisted. We're talking about AI teraflops. Okay, so with 2 million, you get 33 million. Okay, I said math. It's like 15 times better. So 5070, that's 1,000 AI teraflops. 5070 Ti, that's 1,400. Oh, it's actually a lot more. That's 40% increase. The 5080, 1,800 for $1,000. Actually, the 5080, I think is looking like the worst value actually. Because why would you spend $250 more for such a minor increase? I think it looks like the worst value actually. 5070, it's looking the best, I think. But it's not gonna be a 4090, but it's looking the best actually. I think it's a great $549, and he's talking about 4090 territory. I mean, even if it is as good as the 4080 or 4080 Super or Ti, whatever, I think that's good. That's a good one. But yeah, the 5090, man, it's just insane. It's almost double. 5090 is almost double the 5080 for double the price. Okay, so almost double for double the price. But that makes sense. You know, you're paying the extra premium for the best GPU. That makes sense. I'm not gonna. That's okay. That's okay. But it seems like the value is on the 57. But of course, we have to look at the actual reviews.
Starting.
Now, $1,000 for a 58 is terrible. It's terrible. You think so? But we were expecting even worse. That was the plan. That was the plan. That's why they inflated the perception. So now I go crazy for $2,000. That's crazy, man. It's crazy money. $2,000 for a GPU. Oh, but yeah, I want it. 4080 was $1,200. Yeah. So yeah, it's a decrease. Nvidia's lowering the prices of the GPUs for you because they really care about gamers. Okay. Is the 5070 also viable in January in the real world? Actually, I don't know. I don't know. When did he say that these GPUs are gonna be available? Wait. When is this gonna be available? Let me go back to this part where he shows all the GPUs. Okay. Let's see when is this gonna be available.
It's the modern home theater. It makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect sense.
$15.99.
$15.99. Perfect sense. Turbocharged.
With the Blackwell family, RTX 5070.
Let's go.
4090 performance at $549.
Wow. Look at that. 4090 performance, bro. So cheap.
Impossible without artificial intelligence. Impossible without the 4 teraops.
That's because the VRAM is very low.
Tensor cores. Impossible without the G7 memories.
Let's see if he mentioned
4090 performance, $549, and here's the whole family. Starting from 5070 all the way up to 59.
Starting January. So availability starting January. So it doesn't, they don't specify. But you know, usually they start with a 5090, you know, 5080. But I think they are all gonna be available just immediately. Did they announce DLSS 4? Well, actually, I stopped the whole thing. we're gonna watch the whole thing. But I wanted to see what are you guys thinking? Hobby, $1,000 for 16 gigabyte car is awful. Yeah, really, the 5090 looks like. I mean, it's of course it's the best GPU. What are you gonna do? You have to pay for it, bro. Yeah, the only one that really looks good in price is that 5070. I think the problem is gonna be the VRAM, but we don't know yet, or do we? Do we know? I have to keep watching the thing. Maybe he said that. Are you more excited or disappointed? Oh, I'm very excited, bro, because I'm gonna buy it. I am very excited. I'm gonna buy the 5090. $2,000. Let's go. I'm excited because I wanted to have the GPU, but $2,000 is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy money for a GPU. Yeah, he did say 3 times the frame gen. He said that. And actually, probably he's gonna announce something else. More features, I hope. But he started talking about laptops and other stuff. So I was like, okay. Was worried 5090 was kind of coming. Was gonna come later. It seems like it's gonna come. It's gonna come the first, actually, probably 2-3 weeks. Predictions: Digital Foundry is immediately gonna post a hands down video with a 5090 right after Nvidia stream ends. Yep. Good for them. Good for them. They have the coverage. Yeah, let me do this, man. I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I'm gonna watch the whole thing because maybe they are announcing. Maybe they're gonna announce other features and stuff. Like he just start talking about laptops, and I don't really care about that anymore. But yeah, I'm very excited. 5070 is not getting 4090 performance without tricks. Yeah, that's for sure, man. That's for sure. Especially the VRAM. You see, he's trying to sell you this neural rendering stuff, but that would matter only and exclusively if it works for all the games. If we need some special support from the developers for that to work, it's irrelevant because it's gonna take at least 2 years, for you to actually see that. So I hope it actually works for all the games, and that's why he's saying it's as good as the 5090 because it probably works, and then you need less VRAM, so the performance with the ray tracing performance is about the same. Probably that's what we can maybe expect. The ray tracing performance could be the same, but I don't really care too much about ray tracing. But when he says same performance as a 4090, he's probably talking about ray tracing on. But yeah, just pure frames, no ray tracing. I don't think that 5070 can be as good, but maybe the price is good. That price is good. We cannot say that's a bad price for the 5070 unless it's 8 gigabytes and it's actually not even close to the 4090, which might actually be the case. Yeah, 4090 performance for that price. I mean, that's good. We cannot. We can complain about $1,000 5080 or $2,000 5090, but that 5070 is not bad. So let's see if they announce something else. Now I have to go for a bathroom break because I've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I will come back. Let me go to a bathroom break. I need to pee. Let me put my money back because I don't want to get too attached to it because this month this money is going. Like it's not gonna be here anymore. So I want to forget about it. Okay, this money is being delivered to Jensen's straight up. Okay, I'm gonna just put it in the mail and send it to Jensen. That's how it goes. So I'll come back. Let me go for a bathroom break and I'll be right back. Actually, let me play this because
90 twice the performance of a 4090.
I'll be right back and see.
Starting, of course, we're producing at very large scale availability starting January.
Let's go.
Well,
Starting January.
It's incredible.
I'll be right
We
back.
managed to put these in gigantic performance GPUs into a laptop. This is a 5070 laptop. For $1,299, this 5070 laptop has a 4090 performance. I think there's one here somewhere. Let me show you this. This is look at this thing. Here, here. There's only so many pockets. Ladies and gentlemen, Janine Paul. So can you imagine You got this incredible graphics card here, Blackwell. We're going to shrink it and put it in there. Does that make any sense? Well, you can't do that without artificial intelligence. And the reason for that is because we're generating most of the pixels using our tensor cores. So we ray trace only the pixels we need, and we generate using artificial intelligence all of the other pixels we have. As a result, the energy efficiency is just off the charts. The future of computer graphics is neural rendering, the fusion of artificial intelligence and computer graphics. And what's really amazing is, oh, here we go. Thank you. This is a surprisingly kinetic keynote. And what's really amazing is the family of GPUs we're going to put here. And so the 5090 will fit into a laptop, a thin laptop. That last laptop was 14.9 millimeters. We got a 5080, 5070 Ti, and 5070. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the RTX Blackwell family. Well, GeForce brought AI to the world, democratized AI. Now AI has come back and revolutionized GeForce. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. Let's go to somewhere else at Nvidia. This is literally our office. This is literally Nvidia's headquarters. Okay, so let's talk about AI. The industry is chasing and racing to scale artificial intelligence. And the scaling law is a powerful model. It's an empirical law that has been observed and demonstrated by researchers and industry over several generations. And that's the scaling laws says that the more data you have, the training data that you have, the larger model that you have, and the more compute that you apply to it, therefore, the more effective or the more capable your model will become. And so the scaling law continues. What's really amazing is that now we're moving towards, of course, and the internet is producing about twice the amount of data every single year as it did last year. I think in the next couple of years, humanity will produce more data than all of humanity has ever produced since the beginning. And so we're still producing a gigantic amount of data, and it's becoming multimodal. Video and images and sound, all of that data could be used to train the fundamental knowledge, the foundational knowledge of an AI. But there are, in fact, two other scaling laws that has now emerged. And it's somewhat intuitive. The second scaling law is post-training scaling law. Post-training scaling law uses techniques like reinforcement learning, human feedback. Basically, the AI produces and generates answers based on a human query. The human then, of course, gives a feedback. It's much more complicated than that, but that reinforcement learning system with a fair number of very high-quality prompts causes the AI to refine its skills. It could fine-tune its skills for particular domains. It could be better at solving math problems, better at reasoning, so on and so forth. And so it's essentially like having a mentor or having a coach give you feedback after you're done going to school. And so you get tests, you get feedback, you improve yourself. We also have reinforcement learning AI feedback, and we have synthetic data generation. These techniques are rather akin to, if you will, self-practice. You know the answer to a particular problem, and you continue to try it until you get it right. And so an AI could be presented with a very complicated and difficult problem that is verifiable functionally, and has an answer that we understand. Maybe proving a theorem, maybe solving a geometry problem. And so these problems would cause the AI to produce answers, and using reinforcement learning, it would learn how to improve itself. That's called post-training. Post-training requires an enormous amount of computation, but the end result produces incredible models. We now have a third scaling law. And this third scaling law,
What did I miss?
with what's called test time scaling. Test time scaling is basically when you're being used.
Okay,
You're using the AI.
that's good.
The AI has the ability to now apply a different resource allocation instead of improving its parameters.
Well, thanks for staying here.
on Deciding how
I had some issues removing the rings.
to produce the answers it wants to produce. Reasoning is a way of thinking about this. Long thinking is a way to think about this. Instead of a direct inference or one-shot answer, you might reason.
That's good. That was where that's where I left.
Steps. You might generate
5090 page. It's up on their website. It has 32 gigabytes. Let's go.
Which one of the ideas that you generate
32 gigabytes.
maybe it solves the problem step by step.
You were near in raster
And so
performance.
now test time scaling has proven to be
Yeah.
incredibly effective.
Exactly.
We're watching this sequence of technology,
Yeah.
all of these scaling laws emerge as we see incredible achievements from.
Yeah, he's just bragging about it. So yeah, there is no way that 57 is same as 4090, just like raw, raster performance. No way. We're talking about the new neural rendering and compression of textures and upscaling with DLSS 4, which is probably exclusive to a 5070. So it looks there's some tricks going on for sure. It's not gonna be starting with a VRAM. If it doesn't have, if it's 8 gigabytes of VRAM, you cannot even compare that with a 4090. It's like sacrilegious what he's doing, but you get the idea. It is a very good GPU. The price is good. I think the 5070, there's nothing to, unless the VRAM is low, but the price is still good, man. I think for that price, if the performance is good, I think it's very good. Okay, go full production.
Cloud service provider now have systems up and running.
Okay.
We have systems here from about 15 computer makers. It's being made about 200.
To be honest, pretty bare bones presentation. I remember how wild the 4090 presentation was.
Nvidia Grace CPU.
Yeah, I think he's not gonna talk about anything else. DLSS 4 probably works on 40 gen, but not as good as a performance. That's how you get 70 competing with 90 class. Yeah, that makes sense too. That makes sense too. So imagine they have this new feature that works on the 40 series, but it doesn't perform as well because the 50 series was fine-tuned or designed for it. So then, that's how you get the 5070 with the same performance as the 4090. You basically make the 4090 look bad with something that it was not designed to do. And then, that's how you get that. That's how you can justify that, but it's most likely not gonna be the same. But the price is good. I don't think we can argue with that. All the specs are on Nvidia website, product page, 4070, 12 gigabytes of RAM. Oh, that's good. Oh, 12. Yeah, 4070 is 12. What about the 5070? Okay, let's check that out. Let's see what this is showing that.
Wait for it.
Wait. This is a funny moment. Wait. I have to see this. Wait.
That's
See again. See this.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. It's talking Jimmy. It's calling Jimmy. Here's a funny moment. Let's go.
It's hard to tell. You don't ever want to reach your hands into a dark place. Is this a good idea? All right.
Is that real? Let's go.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
He's waiting for the sound effect.
I thought I was worthy.
Oh, he was waiting. He was waiting for applause.
Apparently, Yarner didn't think I was worthy. All right. This is my show and tell. This is a show and tell. So this NVLink system, this right here, this NVLink system, this is GB200 NVLink 72.
Okay, let's go through.
1.5 tons, 600,000 parts, approximately equal to 20 cars, 120 kilowatts. It has a spine behind it that connects all of these GPU together, 2 miles of copper cable, 5,000 cables. This is being manufactured in 45 factories around the world.
This is where he's gonna say, the more you buy, the more you save.
Liquid cool them, we test them, we disassemble them, ship them.
Here we go.
To the data centers because it's 1.5 tons.
1.5.
We reassemble it outside the data centers and install them. The manufacturing is insane. But the goal of all of this is because the scaling laws are driving computing so hard that
More
this
laws
level of
than
computation, Blackwell over our last generation, improves the performance per watt by a factor of 4.
4x.
Performance per watt by a factor of 4, performance per dollar by a factor of 3. That basically says that in one generation, we reduce the cost of training these models by a factor of 3. Or if you want to increase the size of your model by a factor of 3, it's about the same cost. But the important thing is this.
The more you buy, the more you save.
That are being used by all of us when we use ChatGPT or when we use Gemini, use our phones in the future. Just about all of these applications are going to be consuming these AI tokens. And these AI tokens are being generated by these systems. And every single data center is limited by power. And so if the perf per watt of Blackwell is 4 times our last
You're
generation,
saving money, bro.
then the revenue that can be generated, the amount of business that can be generated in the data center is increased by a factor of 4.
Exactly.
And so these AI factory systems really are factories today. Now, the goal of all of this is so that we can create one giant chip. The amount of computation we need is really quite incredible. And this is basically one giant chip. If we would have had to build a chip, here we go. Sorry, guys. You see that?
Is that real? Wow, that's insane, bro.
Look at that. Disco lights in here. If we had to build this as one chip, obviously this would be the size of the wafer, but this doesn't include the impact of yield. It would have to be probably 3 or 4 times the size. But what we basically have here is 72 Blackwell GPUs or 144 dies. This one chip here is 1.4 exaflops. The world's largest supercomputer, fastest supercomputer, only recently, this entire room supercomputer only recently achieved an exaflop plus. This is 1.4 exaflops of AI floating point performance. It has 14 terabytes of memory, but here's the amazing thing. The memory bandwidth is 1.2 petabytes per second. That's basically the entire internet traffic that's happening right now. The entire world's internet traffic is being processed across these chips, okay? And we have 130 trillion transistors in total, 2,592 CPU cores, whole bunch of networking.
That's gonna be crazy,
I
man.
wish I could do this. I don't think I will. So
Correct.
these are the Blackwells. These are our ConnectX networking chips.
So each one of those
These
is
are
like a
the-
5090,
We're
basically.
trying to pretend about the NVLink spine, but that's not possible. Okay. And these are all of the HBM memories. 14 terabytes of HBM memory. This is what we're trying to do, and this is the miracle. This is the miracle of the Blackwell system. The Blackwell dies right here. It is the largest single chip the world's ever made. But yet,
Holy.
the miracle was really
The integration.
This is the Grace Blackwell system. Well, the goal of all of this, of course, is so that we can, thank you, thanks.
So he's saying that the architecture allows them to put together many chips. That's probably it.
Can I have a Michelob Ultra?
I didn't get that joke. Oh, that's the drink or something.
How is it possible that we're in the Michelob Ultra Stadium? It's like coming to Nvidia. We don't have a GPU for you.
Didn't get that joke. I don't
we
drink
need
it.
an enormous amount of computation because we want to train larger and larger models. And these inferences used to be one inference, but in the future, the AI is going to be talking to itself. It's going to be thinking. It's going to be internally reflecting, processing.
Post anything you want. YouTube
When the tokens
deletes
are being generated
links
at
though.
you, so long as it's coming out at 20 or 30 tokens per second.
So here's what I want to do. Let me go to the.
However, in the future, and right now,
Let me go to the Nvidia website.
you know, with the new Gemini Pro and the new GPU, the 01, 03 models, they're talking to
Nvidia.
reflecting, they're thinking. And so, as you can imagine, the rate at which the tokens could be ingested is incredibly high. And so we need the token generation rates to go way up. And we also have to drive the cost way down simultaneously so that...
Do they have the VRAM information on the website, or is it the same?
Low, and AI will continue to scale.
It's
So that's
not
the fundamental purpose, reason why we created it.
products.
Well, one of the most important things that's happening in the world of enterprise is agentic.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
Agentic AI basically is a perfect example of test time scaling. It's a AI, it's a system of models. Some of it is understanding, interacting with the customer, interacting with the user. Some of it's maybe retrieving information.
I don't know where it is.
Retrieving information from storage, a semantic AI system like a RAG. Maybe it's going on to the internet.
So if you
Maybe it's studying a PDF file.
if you went to the site, tell me what is the VRAM? Yes, the VRAM is on the website. Okay, well, somebody post the VRAM. I couldn't find it. I've never go to that website actually. I don't know where it is. So you have to go to products. Go to products again. So you go to products, and then let's see. Okay, so go to products. Nvidia Cosmos is insane. Okay, then. Okay, well, there we go. 32 gigabytes, 5090, 12 gigabytes, the 5070. That is great, man. That is great. For the price, 16 gigabytes. For the 5080, that's not great. But the 5070 for that price, I think is amazing, actually. Oh, there is a TI? So you're saying there's a 5080 Ti? They didn't announce a 5080 or 5070 Ti. So yeah, I mean, that 5070 is great. I mean, just imagine if I were to sell my 3080 12 gigabytes, I would have to sell that for less than $400, because if the 5070 has the same VRAM and is way better, the 5070 has to be significantly better than my 3080. Significantly better, especially if you use, you know, the latest features. So I think that's a great price. That's a great deal. Let's keep running this in the background. See if he talks about something else. Now it makes sense. AMD launched nothing. It's crazy, man. I think AMD dropped the ball. They were just waiting to see the price, and then now they're just gonna try to undercut Nvidia. That's it. The 1570 doesn't look great. It is not a 4090, and it only has 12 gigabytes of RAM. I think it is great, man. It's $550. $550. I think that's great. 12 gigabytes is bare minimum for the latest games of 4K. Not bare minimum, but definitely there are some games that you can go over 12 gigabytes. But the performance it has to be very, very, very good. And I think it's not a bad. I mean, if you get a PC right now with a 5070, you spend like $550 for the GPU. You spend for the motherboard, RAM, and CPU. You spend like another $600 or $500, let's say. We were talking about a less than $1,500 PC that can play absolutely everything at 4K with very, very, very good detail, no problem. I don't think that's a bad deal at all, man. I don't think it is bad at all. Physical AI, it's over, guys. Skynet is here. I meant 70 Ti, 16 gigabytes. Oh, and what about the price? What's the price of that 5070 Ti? 12, 16, and 32. What's the price? Is it $600? See, do you have the price for the 5070 Ti? $750? Is that the 5070 Ti? Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. This one. This one. Well, there you go. This one. Oh yeah. So this one, this 5070 Ti, $749, but it has 16 gigabytes. Huh. So basically $200 more. $200 more for 4 gigabytes. Of course, better performance. Yeah, man, that might be the one. That might be the one, the 5070 Ti. I don't think they are bad at all, man. I don't think the price is bad at all. Yeah, I don't think it's bad at all. Actually, the one I like the least is the 5080. But that 5070, I think I don't think it's bad, man. 16 gigabytes. But supposedly better than the 4090 when it comes to performance. Based on, I mean, if Jensen is saying that the 5070 is like the 4090, the 5070 Ti should definitely be like the 4090. Less VRAM, but we're talking about 16 gigabytes. That's good. 16 gigabytes of VRAM is good enough, man. $750. I don't think that's bad at all. Now the thing is, can you get it for that price? But I think that's good. He always says that 5080 with more than 16 gigabytes would be fine. But 5070 Ti is way better deal. Yes. 4070 Ti. Yeah, 5080. I think 5080 should have been like 20, like AMD. It should have been 20, or 24 even. Just make it 24 like the 4090. Man. But 5070 I think is good. You're right. 4 times multi-frame gen, just reading on their website. Okay. I have to see this. I have to see this. He mentioned 3 times on the conference, and he mentioned 3 times the emulation portal. He posted a comment 3 times. I heard the same thing 3 times. Let's see, where is that, man? I don't know how to navigate this website. Products, solutions. Where do I find? Can you help me? Where do I find this? This 4 times 4x. Oh, it's not 4x. It's 3 times. Okay, 3 times per frame. Okay, yeah, that's what I heard on the presentation. Yeah, it's a little bit underwhelming because I was expecting synchronous projection or something New. We already knew about the real neural rendering. 5080 is the closest to a 4090 in memory bandwidth, though. Yeah, 5080 has to be faster than the 4090. Unless it's like raw performance, maybe they are about the same. But it has less VRAM. Yeah, I had to dress up for the occasion, man. It's not every day. You don't decide every day to spend $2,000. Okay, so you have to dress up. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Products. G4 graphics cards. Okay. Let's go there. Let's go there because I want to see that. Okay. Products. G4 graphics cards. I've never been here before. Okay. 50 series. Let's go. G4 50 series. Learn more. Game changer. Okay. Let's see what they have here. Performance. There we go. Oh, there's already performance. But where's the frame rate? See, I don't like this, of course.
Instruction,
Me.
leaderboard for retrieval.
Let me mute this.
So
So you see, I don't like this. They don't tell you the frame rate. They tell you 1x, 2x. So yeah, we have to imagine. So this is 5090. Okay, I have to change this. Oh, wait a moment. I have to change this so I can read the thing. So 5090, 5080. Oh, so you can change here from 5090, 5080, 5070, 5070 Ti. Okay, so let's take a look at the 5090. Okay, 5090 performance. We have Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 has chromatic aberration forced, and the only way to remove it is by using a mod that is very advanced and very inconvenient. So that game is irrelevant. I'm sorry. I don't know why they have that game there. It's just so messed up. Plague Tale Requiem. One of the worst looking games I've ever seen. It is so blurry, completely irrelevant game. I don't know why they're using that. Alan Wake 2. Definitely one of the ugliest games I've ever seen. I actually did like 4 rants about Alan Wake 2 because everyone was hyping up how good it was. You know, Digital Foundry likes it a lot. And I was like, I don't understand what they're seeing. This game's so ugly. So completely irrelevant. Black Myth Wukong. It's actually the game I want to play. So let me take a look at those numbers. But Black Myth Wukong, overly sharp and blurry at the same time. Absolutely horrendous looking game. So yeah, basically all the games they have here suck. Well, let's see. Black Myth Wukong, 5090 in comparison with the 4090. More than 2 times the performance. More than 2 times the performance. So you think this is BS? It probably is. It's probably with FrameGen 3X. Yep. You get to see more blur. Well, the 3X with FrameGen is gonna be okay, you know, after you get 100 frames. So let's say you get a 360 hertz OLED, and your GPU is actually capable of rendering 120 frames. That's gonna be perfect. You're not gonna see any issues there. That's gonna be awesome. I guarantee you that. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. Read the small letters under it. Okay. Oh, that's where the catch is. I get it. I get it. Yeah, you have to read the fine print. That's where they lie to you. Okay, so let's see. This is 4K max settings, DLSS performance, and DLSS RR. So that is ray reconstruction on 40 series and 50 series. frame gen on 40 series. So what's the difference? So you're talking about different settings depending on the GPU. So how can you compare different settings and compare them apples to apples? That's not right. So let me see if I understand this right. 4K max settings on the game, DLSS performance. So that is completely irrelevant, in my opinion. If you're comparing a 4090 or 5090, there's no way you should be using DLSS performance because that looks terrible. Okay, so I don't like that. But let's okay, we're just comparing which one goes higher. So DLSS performance and DLSS RR, so that is ray reconstruction on 40 series, and 50 series frame gen on 40 series, and frame gen 4X mode on 50 series. Oh, so they have, I can't believe this is true. So basically they have frame gen 4X on the 5090, and they have frame gen 2X on the 4090, and they are telling you that the 5090 is 2 times faster. Of course, but it's not 2 times the frames. You're just generating more frames with frame generation. That doesn't make any sense. That is actually concerning. So it is making me think that it's actually, they are almost about the same performance. Yeah, it is more than double, but of course it has to be more than double because it's using frame gen 4X mode. Yeah, this should not be legal. Like, how can you compare and tell me that this GPU is twice as fast if you're doing frame gen 4X on the 5090 and then just regular frame gen on the other one? That doesn't make any sense. Am I reading this right? Okay, lossless scaling has 4X frame gen. Let's hope it is compatible with 3080, like the FSR mod. Yeah, lossless scaling worked for all the GPUs. Give me DLAA or give me the. Okay, I mean, this is crazy. Am I reading this right? 59 is looking like a scam. Hold on. Does this explain why the 5090 is so small? Because it's similar in performance. Well, what I am seeing right now here, it has me concerned actually. It says here in the fine prints, it says that the 50 series is using frame generation 4X mode. We know the 40 series doesn't have that. So the 40 series is 2X. So that's why you see that the performance is double, more than double actually. Yeah, it has to be more than double. It is just double to begin with because you're doing double the frame generation. So that doesn't tell me that it is faster at all. What this tells me is that this new frame generation is not available on the 40 series, and it should. And the reason why it's not available is because that's how they're trying to sell you the new GPUs. This is bad. This is really bad. If I'm reading this right, this is terrible. That's how Jensen arrived to the conclusion that the 5070 was like the 4090. But actually, he's comparing it with the 4070 and doing the same thing. Frame gen 4X mode on 50 series. This is crazy, man. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. This is so messed up. They are comparing that. Get 5070 Ti and save yourself 1250. No. If I get a new GPU, it has to be the 5090. Because You know, if it's just a little bit better, it's not worth it. I would just keep what I have. It has to be the best. See, if otherwise, I just keep what I have, which is fine. Man. I can play all the games I have right now. It's not that I need a 5090 for any reason. You know, $2,000 for 32 VRAM, mainly for AI. Yeah, that's gonna be the user experience at the end with these cards. Yeah, but you cannot tell me. You cannot compare 40 series and 50 series with frame generation doubling the frame rate. It's like telling me that the 40 series is faster than the 30 series because you have frame gen. No, that doesn't make it faster. You have to compare. You have to compare with the same settings. You cannot have different settings and then tell me this is better than the other. It's like, imagine the non-RTX cards don't support DLSS, and then you tell me that the RTX card is faster because you are using DLSS performance versus just 94K or something like that. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you cannot do that. That's not right. That's not right. It actually has me concerned because the 5090 doesn't look as fast as I was expecting versus the 4090. With that comparison, it doesn't look very, very good. No DLSS 4 in old games. Yeah. In my opinion, wait for real reviews. Yeah, of course, we have to wait for real reviews. Far Cry is not 2x. Oh yeah, and Far Cry is not even 2x. That's really concerning. Let's check the 5090 again. Yeah, that's because Far Cry doesn't have DLSS. Oh, okay. That's a good observation. Far Cry is actually the only game here that doesn't have DLSS. It just says RT. 4090 versus the 5090. Oh, that's actually very close. This is very close in performance. Huh. Well, this kind of sucks. I was expecting the difference to be a lot bigger. This is it's almost the same. The 49 and the 59 just a little bit better. I mean, this is not even 20%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's less than 20% faster in Far Cry 6. That is terrible. Very, very bad, if that's the case. Yeah, I'm not liking what I see. Yeah, they never learn, man. They keep doing the same marketing crap. So 5090 is barely 30% faster than the 4090 in non-frame generation situations. Expected more of a bump. 4090 versus 3090 Ti was 40% off uplift. I was definitely expecting more than this. This one right here, this Far Cry 6 example, that's like 20% better. So on average, 30% sounds right. And that's not great. That's not great because it's a lot more expensive too. That is not great. These are the most nonsense benchmarks I've ever seen. It's like comparing apples to steaks. It doesn't make any sense. You just 4x the frame generation, and you're telling me it's twice as fast. Why don't you 4x the frame generation on the 40 series too? That is crazy, man. Far Cry 6 is worst case scenario, which is why it is included. Yeah, it makes sense. It is single thread bottleneck. Yeah, it makes sense. And it doesn't even have, I mean, it has the old FSR, I think. It doesn't have DLSS. Newtek is usually only 30% faster than the previous one. Yeah, but I was still expecting more. It's not going to be 2,000. It is gonna be more. Founders Edition will be, yeah, but the thing is, who can buy that? I'm gonna be refreshing, see if I can get one, but I don't think. Maybe if I send them an email or something, because I have a YouTube channel, they will sell it to me. Like they will have one available for me. Maybe I'll try. You can see the real performance in Far Cry 6 chart comparison, where there's no DLSS yet. That's the real comparison. 5090 has 150 watts higher top for 20% more raster. That's a good point. So it doesn't look like an upgrade at all. No, I'm not getting the 5070. No way. I get the 5090 or don't get anything. I'm not getting anything because my dream is to have the best. Like I don't need another GPU. My 3080 is working fine. If I don't get a 5090, I don't need anything. My GPU just works. It's just fine. Otherwise, I'll get the Strix version for 2300. Yeah, 20-30% faster. It's not great. Founders cars, I think they are like, they don't make a lot of them. That's not a new node, so that makes sense. Yeah, man. Do they say anything else new on the press on this video? Did they announce anything new here? You see if I'm missing something, like a new feature or something. This is all talking about other stuff that's not gaming, data center and all that stuff. AI this, AI that. Cars, self-driving cars. Yeah, so it looks like he got the GPU announcements out of the way, so he can talk about everything else. That's what it looks like. So their claim of 5070 equal 4090 is due to DLSS 4. Yeah, that's what it is. Yep, that's what it is. Nvidia Reflex 2. Oh, you think? Nvidia Reflex 2 is asynchronous reprojection. You can enable notify me. Do it now. So you can, right now, you can go and try to buy it. Graphics cards and desktops. There's no 50 series. There's no 50 series available on their graphics card. So where do you do that? Yeah, 5070 looks like the card to get, really, for that price. The real question is if the 5090 is 2 times better than the 5080. Maybe the 5080 can surprise us in benchmarks. Yeah, 5090 is not gonna be 2 times better than the 5080. It cannot even be 2 times better than the 4090. The 4090 should be about the same as the 5080. Man, I'm not liking that much the performance. I was expecting a lot better, but I'm still gonna get it. I don't care. I'm still gonna get it. Did you see frame wrap? Sounds like asynchronous reprojection. Where? Wait, oh, do you think that's it? Where is that? Where do you see that? Yeah, time warp. More info, including January 30 release for both 5090 and 5080. January 30. Let's go. Okay, on the right side of the page, they've mentioned a reprojection type feature. Where is that, man? Where do they mention that? On the right side. Oh, notify me. Oh, it's right here. GeForce 5090 and the email address. Okay. Well, let's do it. Send me gaming entertainment deal announcements and more from Nvidia. I can't. Do I have to? I guess I have to check this. Or no, I'm just gonna check the 5090. Okay, let's do it. Okay, well, they're gonna tell me when it is available. I don't think that's going to save you a spot or anything. Those $549 for a 4090 like performance not entice you to upgrade. But the thing is, that's not true. That's not gonna be true. That 5070 is not gonna be like the 4090. They're talking about, they're comparing frame generation 4x with the 4090 with 2x frame generation or something like that. It's like, it's not same settings. If it is not same settings, then it's not the same. That's the problem. It's a good GPU. But yeah, I only want the 5090. I'm not interested in anything else. Otherwise, I keep what I have. If I cannot get a 5090 for 2000, I keep what I have. But I want to get that 5090. See, 5080 gonna be faster than 4090, less VRAM. Yeah, it's gonna be better with all the new features. It's gonna be close in performance, but I think most likely when you compare them, same settings, no frame generation tricks, none of the new stuff, the 4090 should be still faster. And it's better because you have more VRAM. But it's more expensive too, so the 4090 price has to drop. Man, what I want to see, what I want to see is, where do I see the asynchronous reprojection stuff? Where do I see that? Because that was not on the presentation. Help me out. Where do I see? Okay, let's keep scrolling down here, see if I can. Okay, there you go. DLSS 4 full ray tracing on. 242 frames. Powered by AI. Okay. Let's see if it says anything about so AI game-changing realism. RTX. Okay, yeah, I know. Latency with Reflex 2. So this is Reflex 2. Oh! Reflex Technologies optimize the graphics pipeline for ultimate responsiveness, providing faster target acquisition, quicker reaction times, and improved aim precision in competitive games. Reflex 2 introduces frame warp coming soon, which further reduces latency based on the game's latest mouse input. I think that's it. Huh. I think that's, I think that's it. Man. Let's play this video. See if we can see this better. Okay. Let's play this with highest quality. Let's play this. They're talking about PC latency. I don't understand. Like, what are they showing here? PC latency. Okay, let me get some volume here. Maybe they're talking about it. Let me get some volume here. This is what I was talking about. Okay, let's see. There's no audio here. This video has no audio. PC latency. I don't know what they're trying to show here. It's no motion clarity because they are moving on a straight line. I don't see any difference at all. Man, I need more information about this. Reflex 2. We need more information about this. Because here's the thing. They call asynchronous reprojection, which is what I was talking about. They call that time warp, asynchronous time warp or something like that. I forgot. So I am wondering if it is the same. If that was, oof, that's a lot. The TOF was like 17. I need to figure that out, man. That would be so awesome. Yeah, we're not gonna get that information. So I'll try to dig more into it, see if we can figure it out what it is. So yeah, let me see what you guys think. We'll finish the stream like in 15 minutes. We've been for 3 hours already. We have to figure that out, man. Oh, it would be worth if even personally travel to get it. Strix is over-engineered waste of money. I think there's no more Asus Strix. I forgot the name of the new one. For all the flack AMD got for their presentation, there was nothing better about this one. Well, at least on this one, you got the price. You got the price and release coming in January. I don't think the 5090 has what you're talking about. I think maybe you don't get the motion clarity improvement. You just get the input lag. So basically, from asynchronous reprojection, Reflex 2 just has the component of the input lag. So basically, doesn't matter the frame rate, you get the better input lag. But I'm not sure. Maybe faster the 4090 with 24 gigabytes of VRAM. I would not be shocked if the 4090 is as fast as 5080 for native performance without DLSS. Yeah, I mean, I would say it might be even faster than the 5080. In some cases, the 4090 in some cases is gonna be faster than the 5080. I think that was expected. For all the flagging, okay. Get the tough 4090. Man, I just want to know about that Reflex 2. More details about that. The worst thing is the 450 watts 4090s were the same. 2,300 euros. Yeah. Well, frame warp also on 30 series. Also, then then it's not like a new, it's not like a new thing. Let me see. If I click here, if I get more information. Reflex 2 introduces frame warp coming soon, which further reduces latency based on the game's latest mouse input. Reflex low latency mode. PC latency. Reflex low latency reduces PC latency through precise synchronization of rendering across GPU and CPU. Nvidia G-Sync displays with Reflex Analyzer feature the world's only system latency measurement that detects clicks coming from Reflex-compatible gaming mouse and measures the time for the resulting pixels to change on screen. Start every match with confidence, knowing your PC is operating at the lowest possible latency. Reflex in action. Reflex developer testimonial video. Okay, let's see. See, this is not new.
Isn't just about FPS. It also involves latency. We created NVIDIA Reflex to reduce system latency.
This is not new.
Dynamically reduce system latency. Targeting 60 frames per second.
Yeah, it's not going to explain anything.
Frames happen in just a handful of milliseconds. So being able to reduce system latency by 2 milliseconds.
Yeah, this is the old Reflex. This is not a new video. Yeah, it doesn't have to do. I don't think it has anything to do with motion, because they would advertise the better motion. This frame warp is probably just using the input lag improvement, but it's not using the motion improvement. Yeah, this is just Reflex, not Reflex 2. Yeah. Well, there we go. Well, so I'm gonna read some of the, man, it's so many comments. We've been for 3 hours, 20 minutes. I don't know. I never felt an issue with frame gen. I'm not at that level of dexterity. Yeah, frame gen works when you have a high frame rate. So if you can get 100 frames, you have a monitor that's 480 hertz, and you do 3x or 4x frame generation, that's gonna be perfect. It's no problem at all. We have other problems with the games. So what we need is that to be available for all the games, basically. Because if the developers have to implement it and start, so then we have to wait a long time until it matters. So that's the thing. Are you going to review any high refresh rate monitors in the future? I want to, but I have to email some of these companies to see if they send me something, because I cannot buy a monitor I'm not going to use for review, and I don't like to return stuff, man. What I had to go through with Samsung to get this S90D and the S90C was fine, but the S95C, all the TVs I had to return, man, that sucks. I don't like to do that at all. It feels so bad for me to return them, because they almost throw it away. The way they treat the TVs and the products when you return it, it's like garbage. They don't take care of it. So I feel like I'm throwing them away. I don't like to return stuff. So I have to see if I can get some review samples, because I would not use the monitors. I would be fine if the company sends me the monitor and I have to return it back. I would be fine with it, just to make some videos. I don't even want the monitor. I just want to make some videos, check it out. But for myself, there's no way I'm going to use a smaller screen for just to actually play the games and stuff. but I would be interested to see how good, for example, this CRT simulation works in the future, and just checking out the motion clarity and compare that with C1. All that. So I would like, especially, to check the monitors that have very good strobing, like the Nvidia Pulsar monitor, even when the picture quality is not gonna be OLED, no perfect blacks, but still, I would like to see that. By the way, VRR with CRT emulation is in the works. It will happen. It will happen. The latest article from Blockbusters talks about that. So I have to check that out, probably make a video about it. So yeah, very a lot of news. I got S95D 144 hertz TV. S95D has the best panel, best QD OLED panel. It's just a shame that one connect box and the matte finish. Samsung just put a matte finish on all the displays. I'm gonna probably do a rant about that. It sucks, man. It's absolutely all the displays with a matte finish. Why? No options, basically. 5:30 a.m., man. Chickens will wake up soon. Well, thanks for being here, man. That's very early. Yeah, we're gonna have to finish the live stream. Been here for over 3 hours. I appreciate the company, man. We've had a lot of people here on the live stream. So yeah, we're gonna have to wrap it up. I couldn't keep up, man. You guys had a lot of comments. I always like to read all the comments, but it's impossible. I didn't have any dropouts with the One Connect box. Yeah, but the problem with the One Connect box is not only the drops. The problem is, for example, you cannot use DLSS or Nvidia image scaling. You cannot delete the 4096 by 2160 resolution using the CRU app, and that causes a stretching in some games. So it's not only the drops. Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, man, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. I have a lot of videos to make. Probably tomorrow, I'm gonna do like 2 videos. We have the Blockbusters news. We have the CES news, G5, Samsung with a matte finish everywhere. Micro LED too, like a cheap micro LED might happen. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. So yeah, let's leave it there, man. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. So if I didn't read your comments in the live stream live, just drop it in the video, and I always reply. So far, I've replied to all the comments, almost all the comments. I would say for sure 99% of the comments in this channel I have replied, which is incredible because I mean it's a lot. It is a lot. I already have 11,000 subscribers. A lot of comments on the videos, which I like, but I'm struggling to keep up. But yeah, thanks for being here, man. You stay here the whole stream, man. Thank you very much. Gracias. Well, thank you all, man. Thanks for being here. We're gonna do more live streams. Thank you very much. You guys have a good one. It's already here 10:28, so I have to wrap it up and go to sleep. Tell me if I miss anything. I didn't watch the whole presentation, so tell me if I miss anything from the announcement, any details, and yeah, any questions in the comments. So you guys, take care. Have a good one. Bye. Thanks for being here.